the smooth operator. Shawty on repeat, I say sleep later. This another favor, consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air, fantasy a dream, real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless, learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless, so I'ma style on them. They washed up, it's a rap, throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them, otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue, get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah, about time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward, the battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to look control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this. Bad at board games, whole world clueless. Selling they soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the. Wise grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie, Carter Presents, in the building with me. What's good, my people? Realize I forgot to close my damn door. What is up, peoples? I hope everyone's well. I'm well. I'm back. I'm back, baby. It's dude, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you need a vacation, even if it's a short one, just to get your mind right.
Yeah. Get
yourself back on track, as it were.
I can see that.
Cause I didn't do, like, the only thing that sucked about it, the one and only thing that sucked about it, got sick on the way there. That was the worst potential thing that could have happened.
So
with that,
when you say sick, do you mean like the sniffles sick, or you the shits sick?
It was the shits. My daughter, wife, and mother, they got the vomiting. I got the shits. I feel like, though, to be fair, I hate vomiting, so I feel like I got the better end of that exchange. Because I hate vomiting. I'm not going to lie to you. It's one of my least favorite things on this earth to do. So, yeah. Anyway, but enough about bodily fluids. Enough about those. How are y'all doing? How's everybody out there in the Earth's mightiest subscriber base space doing? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's well. Here, let me see what we got. Carter, we got a pretty light show today. I mean, I say light, and we'll wind up getting into some shit, and we'll be 10 million years later.
Say that.
But no, that said, the thing that I do want to go ahead and say is that we got more Marvel. I guess, like, this is more post San Diego Comic-Con news, stuff that came out after San Diego Comic-Con. I dropped a video last this past Sunday, breaking down my thoughts on a lot of the stuff. I have more thoughts now, and we'll probably touch on some things here or there, because I know, Carter, you weren't here for that. So as we kind of talk about things as they come up organically, we'll bring them up. But yeah, dude, yeah. My God, I feel like man, it feels good. Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. But yeah, so let's go and get to it. Let me also get my chat up here where I can see it. There we go. Let's see here. It said hungover from playing. Oh man, dude, that's a wild D&D game you got there. That's a wild D&D game you got there. You coming back hungover, man? I don't know, man. I don't think I've come home hungover from a D&D game in quite some time. Mostly because I don't leave the house for them anymore. Do all that shit from Discord. But no, so let's go ahead and get into let's kind of give us the rundown here. First and foremost, this is the 165th episode of the Blerd Cave, which is an insane thing to say in and of itself. But what we got on the docket today, we're going to be talking about the Fantastic Four reboot, the little bit of information we've gotten about it from Kevin Feige. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're also going to talk about the homie Namor. Some changes that are going down with Namor. Hey, look, I love David Bowie, man. Leave me alone. So we got that going on. We also got some other little, nitpicky news. I won't say nitpicky, just little small stuff. And we also got some Sandman. Got a little bit of the Sandman news to talk about. We also a TV show that I have only in the last year or so recently come to love. an actor from that show has expressed an interest in playing a superhero that I did not expect to come out of his mouth. and it warms my heart to hear someone put some respect on this character's name, so we're going to talk about it. And then anything else that comes up between here and there, we'll also talk about that as well. First and foremost, though, and I definitely will say, just in case anyone was curious, it is on the agenda for the day. It is on the agenda. We will be talking about them paper girls. Because I see LJ Brown coming through with the 179 pounds, says Blerd. How was paper girls? I'm going to tell y'all in a little while. Because I have words.
Yeah,
I have things. I have things to say about them damn dirty paper girls.
Well, damn, now you just sound sexist.
No, I'm joking. I will say there's a moment on the show that made me feel just a smidge uncomfortable. But beyond that, because I was like, ooh, I'm going to have this conversation here for too long. With my daughter. Or I hope that her mother will be there for it. And I don't get to have that conversation. This is something I dread. But no. Let's go ahead and start with the first thing. First things first. And actually, maybe not, because I think I just heard we got us a super chat here from the homie, the Purple Lord Leo Anansi. Says, Patreon supporter, does the homie Carter Present listen to a musical selection during the intro, or is the soundtrack in his mind that intense? In any case, I need the track list.
Sometimes, Carter. I don't even know.
I think Carter just gets himself hype.
But no, dude, it's whatever I'm playing. Because what you all don't know is 9 times out of 10, even though I'm wearing these, I got earbuds in too. And I think this morning I was listening to OG Unit for some reason.
Oh, Lord. G Unit?
Dude, I added new songs to that iPod. Because I don't know, dude. It's just very random. It's I'll just be like in a dead. Well, I don't have dead sleeps anymore. I toss. I'll sleep for an hour and then just be tossing and turning mad. But I got more songs on this iPod. I think I'm up to 1202 now.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Of just shit that I didn't forget about, that I just remembered. So I will just wake up out of bed like, oh shit, that's a fire song I could put on there and just have at it. So yes, I was listening to some very, very old G Unit featuring Joe. And it was just
Dude, I remember when Joe used to be like the hotness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when Joe first dropped, dude, everybody was listening to Joe.
Yeah. Gokumi, don't hate on my iPod Classic. Okay. I was very happy when I found this. I have had this for 4 years now.
Damn.
I got gypped when I bought it because the battery is kind of weird. So it'll be fully charged one time. I'll be jamming and then that motherfucker just dies.
Dang.
But it's not really dead. I'll just have to leave it alone for a second, and then it pops back up, and I'm back to my regularly scheduled programming. But I don't know. Carter's song for the day was here you go, Joe featuring G Unit, "Ride With You." That's what I was listening to when we started.
Little head pointed cussing, or no, wasn't a thank you bass cussing Joe Button or Fat Joe. No. See, this, we about to show some age here. We about to go ahead, Carter. Hit him with it. Go ahead, Carter.
No, because I was. See, I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be a different person. He almost got banned just for saying either of those names. No.
Joe Budden has only ever made one song I've ever liked, and it was on the Def Jam Fight for New York soundtrack. And I actually, see, there you go. And honestly, I don't even really like his part in it. I just like the beat. Y'all know the beat I'm talking about. What was it? Was it Come and Take a Walk?
Come and Take a Walk with me.
Yeah, because it was the song that played on the last stage.
Yep, you fought us.
Yep. It's like, come and take a walk with me. And really, like I say, it was just the beat. The beat was the only good, like, I don't really like Joe Budden as a lyricist.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not a lyricist for me. He's just a dude that says words that happen to rhyme. But like,
and
yeah.
I will say this: mixtape Joe Budden, he has a few songs, and
Yeah.
Herbert Scott, I'm right here with you. The Beg for Mercy intro is on this bad boy. Yes, it is.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh yeah, dude. But yeah, R&B singer Joe, like literally just
R&B
Joe. Yeah, Joe was a motherfucker, man. Joe was.
You know what's
solid.
funny? I remember when Joe tried to make a comeback because I remember hearing the song on the radio, but it was him. What's the word I'm looking for? It was him singing an old R. Kelly song. That's how he was trying to make his comeback.
Oh man.
I used to stay hearing it on the radio in Memphis. I can't remember the R. Kelly song though. But
Dude,
it was R. Kelly song, and he took it and did his. It was a cover.
Yeah, he did a cover. Yeah,
he did a cover.
See, for me, the closest thing I don't know because I don't listen to as much modern R&B now. Because honestly, to me, a lot of modern R&B doesn't sound that dissimilar from some rap music, just because the cross pollination of the two over the years. But I mean, it's a thing. But I don't. Is Anthony Hamilton still out here? Because that's the closest to anything like Joe I've heard in a long time.
Anthony Hamilton.
He had that song. What was it? Coming From Where I'm From.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking of Charlene.
Okay.
They played that shit to death on the radio.
Charlene. Yep.
Oh my god.
I was about to say, yeah. Anthony Hamilton used to be because like whenever I would listen to stuff that was like in the R&B category, that was kind of closer to what I would get on. But yeah, I'm a man of many genres.
Yes.
The car ride, the drive up to St. Louis was all over the damn place.
I believe it. I was when I was going to work this week, I was freaking out my Uber driver because he started telling me these different bands that he likes, and he started telling me like he used to play guitar, and he would tell me certain things like sweep picking and stuff like that. He was just so shocked that I knew what that was. He was like, "Well, what kind of music do you listen to?" And then like Demon Slayer and Ghost came out of my mouth, and he was.
Dude, Ghost just dropped a new song I just learned.
But it was just so funny because it's me saying Ghost and Devil Wears Prada and like I said, Demon Slayer and Ghost, and he just kind of hit me with one of them.
Yeah.
You know what color you are? Like, it was the funniest thing.
I mean, that's how I mean, just kind of give you guys an idea. Our playlists are just driving down the road. It jumped everywhere from. You listen to stuff like what we just talked about, your Anthony Hamiltons, your Joes. We could throw in some G Unit in there. We could have thrown in some some Biggie, some Tupac. You throw some the Mighty Mos Def. Stuff like that. Some Talib Kweli, whatever. You get all kind of shit like that in the car. Yeah. But then you could just as easily switch over to some Dio. Some Dio, some Tool, like I just discovered that apparently Mastodon has a new track out. I discovered that one of my favorite bands of all time, Within Temptation, for those who know this, that's like a symphonic, melodic death metal band.
That's what it was. Thank you, Dean Starks. It was that R. Kelly song, More and More. That's what Joe covered, and they played it to death on the radio. But I'm gonna tell you something that I do like about this iPod, because with Spotify and the like, you're gonna what song is about to come up next in your playlist and stuff like that. I say again, there are 1,200 songs on this thing. There's shit on here I forgot I put on here.
Hey,
so
that's a good feeling though.
It is. It really is.
I see somebody brought up Coheed and Cambria. That they were actually just. Not that far from where I live. They were in Nashville, Trashville, not that long ago. About a week ago. The homie Nick from Nerd 901, he went. I was mad because he didn't tell me about it. He didn't tell me about it. I didn't know.
On Pure Dog.
They don't be telling you, man. You gotta watch out for them, man.
But I'm tell you a song that came on this iPod I completely forgot about. And we're not slandering Joe Budden. It's just for a good while, the only Joe Budden song I listened to was the one on Fight for New York.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be fair, okay. Here's my thing. Let me put y'all in the mindset of what Blerd likes when it comes to his rap music.
Uh-oh. This gonna get in there. I feel like this would be real gross.
Do you want to know what the quintessential rap group, artist, whatever you want to call it, to me is? Gangstar. Guru, DJ Premier.
That's cheating.
Nah, dude, that's my dude. Gangstar is a group that if I just took their entire catalog and put it on shuffle, entire catalog, every album, I would never hit skip.
Yeah.
I would never hit skip. There would never be a moment where like a song would come out and be like, oh, man, I don't really want to hear this one right now. Nah, I'd be like, nah, I would just sit there and listen to it because the gang. And first off, rest in power to the homie Guru. He's no longer with us, which is why we don't get solid bangers like what we used to get from Guru and DJ Premier.
Yeah.
But like that was another thing. That's how you could always tell when you were listening. Like that was the same group that also made me realize I could just spot a DJ Premier song just like within the first couple of beats. And it's mostly because he used the same style for pretty much everything. He had like a way of doing things. But like a Premier beat just hit different. Because compared to other shit, it's simple, but it still slaps.
Okay. Keep that same energy.
Mm-hmm.
Scarface, Nas on a DJ Premier beat called Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Thank me later.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
on a DJ Khaled album, which is gross, but that song, sheesh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now. Yeah, that's what someone said. Gang, who? Yeah, Jazzmatazz.
Ugh.
Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Don't play with me, boy.
Yeah.
But no, I can go ahead and tell you right now, if you want to hear an album that will just hit you in your throat, Moment of Truth. Moment of Truth is one of my favorite albums. The title track is the title track, Moment of Truth, is a song that I can listen to and I know it word for word. I know every beat. I know every stitch of the lyrics, and I cannot hear that song without like wanting to like just curl up and it's really weird to say something like this about it, like a rap song, but it makes me just want to curl up and cry sometimes because like everything that Guru is spitting in that track is truth. It still applies even today. Like, Moment of Truth is a song that will teach you. It's actually the reason why I keep very few close personal relationships. That song, and I don't mean just like period, but like I mean like in this space. Like in this space. Carter's one of the few people in this space that I keep a close personal relationship with. The closest thing to it. Because that song taught me a lot about who you can and can't trust. Oh yeah, Dead Prez out here, man. But I can see her. I
got Marcus Houston on this thing.
Good Lord.
Hey,
I ain't mad at you though. I'm not mad at you.
But I think I'm looking at the name of the song, and I think it's one of those like 106 and Park joints that was number one for way too long.
Dude, oh man, yeah, nah, I can see that.
Oh man,
I can see that.
You didn't know Will Smith was a musician before he was an actor? God, you're making me feel old.
Ooh,
parents just don't understand. You know what? Someone said this, Ernie, and I don't know if you noticed it. And when I saw Will Smith, I thought about the apology that came out yesterday. Do you realize that Will Smith was under so much scrutiny? I not once heard Summertime play this summer.
That's true. And you know what? I haven't even so much as heard getting jiggy with it. I hadn't even heard it getting jiggy with it. I hadn't even sort of make a joke about getting jiggy with it. Because used to be you would hear that song in commercials a lot. You don't yeah, dude, yeah. Will Smith, they hit that man in his bag, which is funny because no one keeps that same energy. Meanwhile, Ezra Miller out here acting a whole monkey. They still showing this man in Shazam trailers. But I don't know. It is here. First of all, let's get to this one. Let's get this. We got some super chats in here too. We got the homie Legion says, really feeling like crap and unwanted right now, but watching your streams and your comic videos cheer me up and help me get out of my funk. Love you, Blerd. Hey.
Oh, he said
we love. I mean, you know, to be fair, Carter's here too. And I'm
don't try to real mean. Come on, bro. You know he right here.
Hey. But no, we appreciate you. Thank you. We love you back. And you know what? Something that it was funny. This actually came up yesterday when I was talking with another person who I consider one of the few close friends I have in the content creation space. The homie Robo Strange, I was watching him stream and he was talking about this, and we were watching a video where somebody was talking about this, and we were just kind of talking about it collectively. But yeah, man, there's something to be said for having places that make you feel included. There's something to say about it. There's something for it, and you can't understate how good something like that feels. Because even for myself, I have, now and in the past, found places where like, just it just helps. It helps. So yeah, I any modicum of joy we can bring to any of y'all, I feel like we have done our part. And makes me feel good about it. So I hope everything gets better, but yeah, just keep your head up, and yeah, just know that it in the words, and that's gonna sound cheesy as hell, in the words of Revenant superhero The Crow, it can't rain all the time. We also got one from the homie Carlos Johnson with 1999.
My mute game is on point,
super chat.
My mute game is on point.
It's okay, because you know what? It still comes through for everybody else. Says, I'm predicting we'll get Fantastic Four stuff in Ant-Man. Nakia might be the new Black Panther, Doctor Doom in a post-credit, a BP2, a twist on the Kang Dynasty, Doom merges Battle World, and that's a Secret Wars jumping point. Probably right on a lot of those. But as far as what to expect goes, we will probably most likely see a lot of those things occur to some degree. I mean, seeing Fantastic Four and Ant-Man would make the most sense. But I will say this, and it's funny this comes up, because I wanted to talk about this a little bit later, but let's go ahead and talk about it now, because it's coming up organically. It's something that Kevin Feige said, and I remember hearing him say this on multiple occasions throughout the course of the week of San Diego Comic-Con, but I couldn't find the quote anywhere. And then eventually, after some digging, I wound up finding it. And it was one of those deals where it's something that I wish more people understood. Everyone that I see talking about the MCU, talking about Phase 4, how it's rudderless, it has no direction. They get mad when post-credit scenes don't lead towards anything. They get mad when a movie seems disconnected from the rest of Phase 4. And it's one of those things. It just kind of makes me realize that people are telling on themselves. Because not every comic is connected to every other comic. While, yes, seeing connections between comics is pretty common, and comic book movies has become even more common because of the MCU, it doesn't mean it always has to be the case. So, yeah, like, it's one of those deals where, what was it, Kevin Feige said, the truth is all of the tags are never just about the future. Said there, when he says tags, he's referring to the stingers, the post-credit scenes. Says there are tags that are eating shawarma. Captain America saying, you got to learn patience. Sometimes, you wait for something that's not worth it. So they're always fun for us. It says we don't want everything to feel the same. So some of the tags will connect and some of them won't. Some of the films and shows will connect. Some of them won't. And that's kind of the thing I think people have gotten spoiled by, because I feel like a lot of folks forget that Phase 1 is not as connected as a lot of people think it is, and neither is Phase 2. Because I distinctly remember people saying, back during when Phase 1, Phase 2 were popping off, how some things just didn't, like, how even though Iron Man 3 is clearly, connected to the aftermath of Avengers 1, Iron Man 3 almost looks completely a standalone film. It has very little to do with any of the rest of the MCU, which is almost like a very sharp left-hand turn course correction to how oversaturated and connected Iron Man 2 was. Thor, for the most part, has always been pretty connected, but sometimes there were post-credit scenes, like, what was it? I forget which post-credit scene teased Thor in the first place. That movie has, I think it was Iron Man 2, maybe. I can't remember exactly. But
it was
Thor
Iron Man 2.
It was Iron Man 2, okay.
Yeah, because it was Coulson and
that's right.
Kind of panned out and you saw the hammer. Yeah.
That's right. So yeah. Thor has nothing to do with Iron Man as a whole. But that's the thing. Not everything has to be connected. Even in an interconnected universe. Yeah. Not everything has to be connected. I'm perfectly fine with that. But let's see here. That said, I think you will see those connections here and there, and they are coming, whether people want to acknowledge them or not. Yeah. We've seen the connection between Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings and Ms. Marvel. We have seen the connection between Moon Knight as well as Thor, and the wider universe of deities. As well as even Black Panther, for that matter. And the connection between Black Panther and Moon Knight. There are connections. It's just that I feel like if you don't know what to look for, I feel like you just have to think a little bit more about it, as opposed to, maybe in the past where it was just like, oh, Thanos, Infinity Stones. There you go. But we got one from Gabriel Knight here. We got another 1999.
Oh yeah, these
super chat says, look, I'm gonna start muting you when I'm singing. Let's see here. Had a tough week this week. One of my old friends of 20 years passed away on Wednesday. The Cave and UFC are helping to cope with grief. Hey, we appreciate you dropping in and just being here first and foremost. Losing a friend, losing a long time friend is never easy. It's never easy.
I'm hoping that we can make you laugh, and then that rage you have will be kind of brought down after you watch somebody get their ass whooped for this UFC pay-per-view. So
yes, I'll be the first one to say it. Man, there are still days, even over 10 years later. There are still moments where I'm just not okay, but I will say it does get easier. Easier. It's one of those things that it sucks, but hey, we're here for you. And hey, hopefully what we do can help at least put some light into what is otherwise a dark place for you right now. Let's see here. We also got another one here from the homie Legion. Says, with the 199, says, please, I hope John Bernthal becomes Cosmic Ghost Rider in the MCU. I don't know if we're ever going to get Cosmic Ghost Rider in the MCU.
That would be cool, because I just finished. I don't know if you watched that series yet, The Bear.
That's on my list of things to watch. This is too many things I'm watching right now.
Oh, no, I completely understand it, man. But he makes a cameo on there, so he can be funny. I can't wait for that show that he has coming out where he's some kind of gigolo that got framed for murder.
Oh yeah. No, John. Here's the thing. John Bernthal has played so many Punisher-esque characters
Yeah.
that I feel like he's kind of been typecast. People forget he actually has comedic timing. Like, he usually plays pretty grimy characters on the whole, but the times I've seen him in something where he gets to kind of cut loose a little bit,
Yeah.
the guy's hilarious. Hilarious.
Did you know he had a podcast?
I did not.
Yeah, and I found it on accident because one of his guests was Kurt Angle. Because apparently he's with Kurt's daughter or niece. It's one of the two.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's how I found out he was actually kind of funny. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shane, he got some chops. It
yeah.
would be dope to see, but I think as of this moment, I think we should be happy we getting Daredevil.
Yeah.
18 episodes, which clearly means it's going to be the 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
And I think
it might split the difference on 30 and 45.
Yeah. But my thing is, let's see what happens with Daredevil, and fingers crossed we can. And I would cross my ass if I could, but I'm really hoping that if we get a good Daredevil, that we finally get a good Punisher, because I don't care what anyone says. Ernie and I have gone tit for tat on this before. Them 2 seasons of Punisher were ass. Okay, they were mid-tastic. Okay, so I'm hoping.
This man said mid. Lord.
Yeah, it was Henry Cavill syndrome. The right person, the wrong script. That's what it was.
I always laugh when I hear people say mid.
So I'm really hoping.
Mid is something you usually hear people say when they have nothing substantive to say about it afterward. Because somebody in the chat, I saw somebody in the chat bring up Doctor Strange, and I had multiverse of midness in my head. That's why mid just came. Usually when someone says, "Oh, something's mid," I immediately dismiss everything they say before and even anything they might say after it, because I already know.
If you all were fans of that Punisher Netflix series, more power to you. Me, myself, the right actor and actresses. Except for Deborah Ann Wool. She got on my nerves after a while. They put that white woman in everything. But I would no, I ain't gonna say that. I would not watch that second half of Luke Cage again. Just Punisher was just not, it wasn't as good as it could have been. It was not as good as it could have been. Tyrese says Blue Marvel, you about to get banned. I'm sorry, sir.
Look, just know y'all.
Hater alert.
It's a hater alert.
Hater alert.
Tyrese is Blue Marvel?
He didn't.
That's all you need to know about that one, y'all.
I'm a hater for saying gross to Tyrese is Blue Marvel?
We know. I know what mid means. It's that people use it as an insult, which is kind of stupid. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, typically when you hear someone say mid, they usually have nothing substantive to say after it. It's just like, okay, cool. You don't know how to articulate why you don't like something. Cool. Anyway, moving along here. We've also got Metal Ryan Cluster with a Blerd Club Silver. And we also got the Elite X1 with the $2. Oh, good Lord. No. Keep that man.
Oh, God.
Keep that man out of the MCU. Nope. Keep that man out of the MCU.
Let me ask you this, because I see this in chat.
Mm-hmm.
If the Punisher was recast, what do you think about Jensen Ackles?
No.
Okay.
No. I would
Okay.
I would rather not.
Okay.
The perfect Punisher is already in the MCU, and they have him playing another character.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Because you were about to move on to another subject real quick. Don't do that. Who?
Oh, Frank Grillo.
Yeah. You and I both have said that several times.
Matter of fact, here's the thing. He's already played the Punisher. He's
Yeah,
already played.
he played Punisher in a Purge movie.
Yeah, he played Punisher in Purge. That's Punisher right there. That's your Punisher. But no, he's already played him. It just is what it is. But yeah, neither here nor there. We're moving on because we were supposed to be talking about Fantastic Four. We've talked about literally everything, but my point of the matter is Kevin Feige just recently came out, said that they weren't going to be doing anything with a Fantastic Four origin story, which is something that I think kind of surprised a lot of people, because typically when you get these types of characters in here, I feel like the Fantastic Four is one of those things that I feel like they're well enough known. They kind of fall pretty much in the same category as characters like Spider-Man, Batman, Superman, just if for no other reason the fact that they've been around for a long time, but also because we've already seen 2 movie universes with them in it. But basically Kevin Feige said that a lot of people already know this origin story. A lot of people know the basics. How do we take that and bring something that they've never seen before? And I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to know the fan. Here's the thing. You know what? You don't need to see origin story movies for characters that have been around since probably the best of times in comics history. I feel like if you're a character that's existed for at least 75 to 50 years, no one needs an origin story for you. If you're a more recent character, sure. Or if you have something interesting to say. But what are they going to add to family goes into space, bombarded by cosmic radiation?
Yeah.
What do you add to that?
Honestly, I think with the amount of times that FX has showed those Jessica Alba and Chris Evans movies, we don't need an origin story.
No, God no.
And plus, I think it's 2 things. I think it's money, and I think it's respecting people's time. Money, obviously, because why would you spend millions and millions of dollars on doing an origin story that several people know about when you could just. And then I think it's more of a respecting people's time, because you've probably seen the Fox movies, you probably saw Four Stick, and plus with this age of media that we're in now, you could YouTube Fantastic Four real quick, get a quick synopsis, and then you can go to the movie and enjoy yourself. So I don't mind this at all. Plus, they did this with Batman, and there were no problems. Everyone loved that they did this with, or not Batman, excuse me, Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
I don't know. There's some people who complained about not seeing Uncle Ben get clapped a third time.
Are you serious?
There were some people that were like, man, we never get to see Uncle Ben.
What is wrong with y'all?
It's that okay, and that's my problem. That's my problem with you know what? This topic is gonna kind of go way off into the. It's basically it's gonna veer off a cliff, because I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I've discovered over the last week I can't stand nerds some days.
Well, I thought you were going to say comic Twitter. I was going to say
I can't stand comic Twitter either, because it's trash.
I promise.
But no, it's okay. So, and you know, I'm not trying to be ugly here, but I remember when all this stuff was going on, when all the Comic-Con stuff had popped off, and I was getting ready to head out of town. I saw LJ Brown had tagged me in the Discord, talking about how we got another Tom Cruise moment happening. How people are freaking out. They think they done saw something in that Black Panther trailer. They think they done seen Michael B. Jordan, and it's like. You know, there at the end where we see the ching with the claws. They think they'd have seen Michael B. Jordan, and you know who's to say? Maybe it is, but you know, that's not what I see, and I don't know. I feel like the whole recast T'Challa thing. It's like, look, like I saw a dude online, and he was like, well. I just feel like they could have done it in this movie, and they were given like their own theory about how they could have done it. And I'm like, well, here's the thing: you have the luxury of not having any money invested in this. You also have the luxury of not being connected to the family of the person who died. You have no dog in this fight whatsoever, other than maybe the $8, $10, $15, depending on where you live, that you were going to spend to go see the movie when it come out on November 11th. But, that said, it's easy to sit here and armchair quarterback some shit when you ain't got to do nothing. That's what that's why you always hear about the Monday morning quarterback, the armchair detective. It's easy to give your opinion about how something should have been done either after the fact or apropos of zero experience yourself. It's the same thing I said when people were complaining about the She-Hulk CG. It's like, well, are you a visual effects artist? Are you suddenly an expert on what goes into making visual effects? Like, what was it? I saw somebody complaining about the last She-Hulk trailer about how, why does Hulk look better in the TV show The She-Hulk? Y'all don't know how CG works, apparently, because many of you may not know, they reuse the same model for Hulk in every movie. They don't rebuild a new model. The model for Hulk has been there since Avengers 1. And it's changed a little over, the course of time, but the one they've been using lately has been around for at least I think 7 or 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it looks better. When you're building something for the first time, it takes time. And I challenge anyone, come up with your own version, and I will make fun of that. This whole, going back to the whole recast T'Challa thing, I'm so sick of it because it's like, dude, Marvel clearly has a plan of what they want to do. Just because it doesn't line up with your fanfic doesn't make it bad. Anything you create in your own head will infinitely and always be better than anything that someone else could present to you for you. Because in your head, it's always going to sound better. And I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. I had someone talking about, stopping the movie to say, rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. And I literally was like, no, I would not want... Okay, anyone who knows me well knows, what is my least favorite pet peeve about TV shows and movies? When you put the movie on pause to do something. I hate it. I don't care how sweet it is. But here's the thing. I don't want to see it at the movie. You could put a in memory of at the end or a rest in peace at the beginning or whatever. You could do that. Or at the end of the movie say, this one's for Chad. Bam! Done! I'm good. I'm in. But I don't want y'all to put the motherfucking movie on hold. You don't put the movie on hold for that shit. Because I'm not going to lie. I'd probably walk out. I would probably walk out. I would go back to the ticket booth, back to the box office, and ask for my money back.
Can we just get a moment of silence for the viewer that is no longer going to be watching the Blerd Cave just for getting aired out live?
I didn't say a name. I'm just saying. It's just, it was an example. And I gave and I've given other examples. People going on Twitter, adding me in, theories about how they could recast a child. I was like, here's the thing. Marvel, you know why Marvel said they would never recast Chadwick Boseman? You know why they said that? They said, okay, good. So for those who don't know, they said that because they know the same thing I know. Any person they pick would never be good enough because the memory of Chadwick Boseman will forever hang over that role. They know people would not, no, it doesn't matter how good the actors. They could literally get the best actor. A guy, they could put a person in that role who could literally embody everything that everybody wants from T'Challa. And while I love Chadwick Boseman, there were some things about his version of Black Panther I didn't like. I'm not going to sit here and act like the man was perfect. He was definitely a good actor. But there are aspects of his character I wasn't terribly crazy about. And that's probably both coming down from a writing perspective and even from an acting perspective. But I still respect what the man brings to the role, or brought to the role. But no, there's never going to be a person who anyone's there's gonna. It's kind of like when people were talking about, oh, we'll just recast Joker after Heath Ledger passed. No, wait a while, and that's what I think they're going to do. They're going to wait a while. Also, they're doing the multiverse saga, and they've already proven that people from different universes don't look the same. They will very likely recast T'Challa later. They just didn't want to have to reshoot or scrap an entire freaking movie to do it. They just said, you know what, hey, we'll just chalk this one up as an L, dedicate this film to Chad, and let somebody else fill the shoes for right now. Seemed like the wisest decision to me. But anyway, it's like, take like the same energy folks are put towards recast T'Challa, put that towards some actual like useful shit. Like how people are trying to take your rights away. Like your actual rights.
I love this chat. I love our chat just so much.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's one of those things. I'm like this. If we can't, like, you know how people always say we could disagree and still be friends, but they always use it in context to disagreeing about political views that affect each other's lives.
I truly believe you and I are some of the only ones who can do that and mean it.
Well, no, but here's the thing, though. You know the reason why we can do it? Because we're not disagreeing about political views. We're not disagreeing about, we're not sitting here talking about our political beliefs and then disagreeing about them. We're just talking about fucking comic books. We can disagree about some dumbass comic book movies. We can disagree about pizza toppings and who's the greatest rapper of all time and who is the greatest heavy metal drummer that's ever existed. We can disagree about all that shit. I'm not going to sit here and disagree with somebody about, things that directly affect my life and the life of my family and still be cool with you. Especially if it's something that affects me and mine gravely. Like, that's where people get it twisted. I disagree with motherfucker about whether or not a comic's good. I don't care, because whether or not someone likes what I like, I don't need, like, I'm one of those people, I don't need validation and shit like that. If I like it, I like it. I don't care if you don't like it. I will tell you why I think you're wrong. And I will move on with my day. I don't get heated about that shit. Motherfucker can dislike what I like, and I genuinely do not care. Like, when Carter disagrees with me on something here, I mean, yeah, for just the show's sake, I'll argue back, but I, third generation, don't give a fuck if Carter disagrees with me.
And I think that's what a lot of people don't get, is that you and I can go back and forth for the purposes of...
Yeah.
Once
this
that
for this.
camera is off, once we are BAMF, I don't give a fuck.
No.
He don't give a fuck.
No.
Hey, Carter, you trying to play something? All right, bet.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, it like, honestly, that is 1,000% true. That's 1,000% true. But
we said we y'all have the sausages made. Ugh, no, never mind. No,
Yeah.
no Fantastic Four origin for the MCU debut. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I will respect it more if we get goat leg Dr. Doom.
Oh my god. I mean, here's the thing. I think anything done well can work.
Yeah.
But here's what I can say about this shit.
He wants to laugh so bad.
Here's what I can say about this shit. There's some shit that just don't need to be on the camera, okay? There's some shit that just don't translate to the camera. And I think that anyone who has recently watched Thor Love and Thunder could probably agree. There's some things that just don't work. Just like I'm gonna keep the same energy, same way that a lot of folks didn't like seeing the dumpling god in Thor Love and Thunder. They thought it just took him out the movie.
I forgot about that.
I feel kind of the same way about something like that. Like, nah, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that shit. Yeah, I don't. But getting back to the topic at hand, though.
Yes.
I don't need to see Reed Richards building a spaceship to go out in outer space with his family and his extended family and getting bombarded by radiation and then him getting the goop face for a minute. And because I know what they're gonna do, it would just be callbacks. It would just be callbacks. And you know, I tell you what, if you want to do an origin story, here's what you do. If you're making a Fantastic Four movie that you don't want to be an origin story about the Fantastic Four, do this instead. Make it an origin story about Doctor Doom. You could easily make it where the Fantastic Four are already an established thing. They've been around. Like, you could do it as a period piece even. Make it something where, they were around, say, I mean, you can't go back that far as, like, to the 70s, but you can maybe go to, like, the 80s or the 90s and kind of make it like, oh, hey, these guys were around back then. Maybe they popped up after Captain Marvel. Maybe they popped up before Captain Marvel, just no one really talked about it, but it would seem kind of weird considering that S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't really seem to know how to deal with people of that type. To deal with stuff like that, but maybe have it where, yeah, like in maybe late 80s, early 90s, maybe they were around and then they just kind of disappear for a while. But maybe make the focus more about Doctor Doom and why Doctor Doom is the way he is, because that's something I think we haven't gotten. I feel like we've gotten a good Fantastic Four origin for as that first couple of movies were. I feel like they properly captured the Fantastic Four getting bombarded by cosmic rays and getting superpowers. They did that well enough. I feel like Doctor Doom has never been handled with the same attention to detail. Like in the original movies, they kind of went with the ultimate Fantastic Four origin, where the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom went into space together. Whereas in the original comics, they were not together for that. And then, of course, they kind of did more of the same with Fanforstic, where they were, once again, together. I wouldn't mind seeing it where Doctor Doom is not as connected, to their trip into space. Maybe just have him, can we just let Doom be a monarch? Can we just let him be a monarch? Can we just let him have Latveria? Can we just not make it something that we just pretend doesn't exist? Can we just make, like, he's not just a CEO, so like Latveria is not just some kind of corporation or whatever. Can we actually just let it be a political body? Can we let it just be an actual country that is, kind of keeps to itself? Which I kind of felt like back when they were doing Age of Ultron, I feel like they were kind of edging towards that with Sokovia. But, but they didn't have the rights to Latveria in Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four, all that stuff at that time. Can we just do that? Can we just say he has his own country? Can we just say that? We've got Wakanda. We can have Latveria. There's room for everybody. There's room for fictitious countries everywhere. Everybody gets fictitious country. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine with it. Going towards, because, I mean, let's be real. We're going towards Secret Wars. Obviously, Doctor Doom is going to be around. We're dealing with the character Kang, who is intricately connected to Doctor Doom and the Fantastic Four, in the comics at the least. With, Doom being responsible for Kang becoming the person that he ultimately becomes. With, Reed even being kind of hinted at and teased as being the person who was responsible for the creation of Kang. I don't know. It's me. I feel like wasting time, 30 to 45 minutes on an origin story would just be a mistake. I think it would be a mistake. Now, as far as how I feel about whether or not they should recast Reed Richards, I actually didn't have a problem with how he was portrayed in Multiverse of Madness. Didn't bother me at all. But that said, the rumor around the mill is they're going to recast it. Or that, the whole Multiverse of Madness appearance was like a one-off. Which, if that's the case, I feel like it's a wasted opportunity. But I feel like you could bring some of those characters back. I mean, and while I know some people don't like the Illuminati scene, I don't give a fuck about the Illuminati even in the comics, so I didn't care. I didn't care that they got shit on. It happens. Somebody had to die. They had to show how powerful Wanda was. And they weren't gonna show it by just having her kill. They weren't gonna just have her kill every Doctor Strange she came across, because then it would just be like, well, what's the point? So yeah, there you go. That's how I feel about it. That's the bottom line. 'Cause yeah, whatever. Let's talk about some other changes. Man, you gotta love David Bowie, man.
No, I didn't expect you to pull that one back out.
Yeah, dude, I love David Bowie.
I thought it was a one and done.
No, I love David Bowie. That's
transition.
Yeah. Got time to face the strange. Changes. No, but yeah, no, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and let's switch gears here. So Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Carter, you weren't here when we got to talk about this, so or when I got to talk about this. So real quick, what did you think?
Yeah.
What did Carter think about the Wakanda Forever trailer?
I've watched it 3 times now. I've just by myself, and I've gotten emotional 3 times. I didn't out and out cry, but I did. It caught you in the feels, and
you were heavy hearted.
Yes, and I wanted to. That's when I started looking at other people's like reaction videos. So I wanted to see, like, was it just me? And then every person of every color was just, oh man.
Oh yeah.
So I was talking to a mutual friend of ours, and we were both saying the same thing. It's just like, dude, that's gonna be a rough watch, man. That movie is going to be rough to see in theaters. It's to the point where, like I was telling him, I said, I think I might tell Ernie, like, I might have to sit this one out, but my blackness won't let me do it. Because this movie has to be seen.
Yes.
But plus, if I can sit through Love and Thunder, I could get a little bit misty-eyed at Black Panther. But like I said, I don't think there will be a dry eye in that house when this movie comes out, man. I think just the movie starting, I think is gonna kill a few people. But
yeah,
I really did like the trailer from what we saw. I don't know how y'all thought that body frame at the end of that trailer was Michael B. Jordan.
Here, look, no, you know what? Just for Claro, here, let's pull her up. Let's pull her up here.
And I like how you clearly said, "Let's pull her up," because that's as clear as day.
Yeah,
a woman's body frame.
Yeah, that is not Michael B. Jordan. That is not. And
even before the Lego sets spoiled who it was, we all knew who that was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we all knew who that was. As soon as I saw that shot, it was confirmed.
Yeah.
My question, well, that's how Carter felt about it. My question to you, when I saw it, and when our mutual friend brought up some stuff that you and I had discussed on the cave, how do you feel about that? Seeing as how, you know, she's been mentioned before.
Talking about talking about our homie Letitia Wright.
Yeah, I was wondering how you felt.
Well, I for one am okay with it.
Okay.
It's okay. Let's keep it a buck here. Let's keep it a buck. And I want to pull this up because I want to show what Carter was. I mean, if you don't want it, look. First off, I think
that's why I was trying to keep. Okay.
If you are somehow trying to not know about any of this, I would say turn away for like maybe a minute, because I am going to show the Lego set that actually pretty much proves that that is not Michael B. Jordan. You remember how we talked about with Gore the God Butcher? How the Lego sets always be snitching? How when we were like, oh yeah, the sword he's carrying in that movie that's all black. That's all black. That or rather, it's the Necro sword. But it is all black because in the Lego sets they show clearly the sword was all black. And it did actually look a lot different than what it did in the initial trailers. But real quick, I'm gonna give you guys a few seconds, just to get on down. If you don't want to know, because I'm about to show it. Bam! There it is. That's a Lego set. And here, I want to zoom in. Enhance! What that look like? That don't look like no Michael B. Jordan to me!
She looks very red in that image. Is that red She-Hulk? That is, Lord have mercy.
Look,
that's
right?
Miss Banner. That is
Miss Banner. Betty, what you doing in Wakanda? Look, I didn't know Betty got her Wakandan green card, her Wakandan visa. But no, so here's the thing. Here's the thing that I kind of want to address.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. You see something that maybe you don't take the... Because I notice not everybody's like me. Not everybody is going to pause and enhance. Not everyone's going to, try and cut out clips and stare at them and pour over them the way that I'm going to do it. So I get it. I get why you might have saw that.
I don't think you do that. I think you just have common sense. You don't need to
There's
enhance.
That too.
You didn't need to enhance if that wasn't Tom Cruise. You just
right.
some common motherfucking sense. If that wasn't Tom
I was like,
Cruise.
that ain't no white man. I said, Tom Cruise ain't got hips like that. Also, Tom Cruise ain't got titties. So let's just go and put that out there too. And then that was even before I got to he ain't got no textured hair either. But yeah, neither here nor there. Real quick, I want to hit this because I don't want to lose it. Gokon sure his baby's father with the $5 says, man, the ones that said they down and men in Wakanda forever got no female friends and get no cheeks. Yeah, I said it. Oh, look. You gonna be mad that T'Challa is surrounded by powerful and strong women?
Like he was in the first movie.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, in the comics, what are the Dora Milaje? What are the Dora Milaje? All of them are women who can fight, who are strong, who are powerful.
Some of these people getting on my nerves.
Yeah, like I said, I'm over it. I'm over all the I'm mad. The I'm mad crowd. Look, like I said here, let me hit the button here.
Hater alert. Hater alert. Hater alert. Nigga just mad. He didn't
I'm just saying. I'm over it. I'm over it, okay? I'm just super over it, okay? I'm just super over it. But anyway, we got another one here. We got another one here from Talali House. With the $10 says, I'm suspect about the Atlanteans look till the debut. I love the look and aesthetic, however, as a descendant of Mexican natives, why my people gotta be the bad guys? Well, here's the thing. And this is why I'm glad this came up.
Okay.
I don't think they're actually, I think one of them is the bad guy. I don't think they are as a whole the bad guys in this. I think, yeah, they are going to war with the Wakandans. I think that is definitely not up for debate. We see at various points that, like, let's see, let me pull this out right here. Bam, here's one. We got we got what I'm pretty sure is Namor and to her will be our left is her right. I'm pretty sure that is Atuma.
I knew
who
they
I
was
think
gonna
is
bring them damn avatars into this movie. I knew it.
for those. I thought it was funny too because it also let me know a lot of people don't actually know what Atlanteans look like when they get out of the water. But no, in the Marvel comics, because a lot of people don't know. First off, in the comics, Namor not 100% full-blooded Atlantean. I think he's only like half. But that said, the what they're doing with the Atlanteans, which are not actually, they're not Atlanteans. Let's go ahead and just address that part of it. The Atlanteans are pretty much in this, they are not called Atlantean, and this is probably a lot more to do with the fact that they just didn't want to be bothered with the DCEU comparisons, but also the fact that since they had cast a Latin actor in this role, they just kind of decided, well, we'll just go ahead and change it up a little bit. But if I'm remembering correctly, I think they're called Talokan or something along those lines.
Isn't that what Ken says when he does the hurricane kick?
No, it's a Tatsumaki Senpu Kyaku.
Mailman, you got to cut that out. That boy said we getting blue Mexicans before blue Marvel.
God damn it. I'm done with y'all, okay? I'm done with y'all. Look, but no, here's the thing. Yeah, they'll be called Talokan in this, which that's fine. It is what it is. I generally don't care if that is what they are going to go with in this. Like I said, they're going with more of a an Aztec vibe for the whole thing. You can see it even more clearly, not just in the Atlanteans themselves, but even just in Namor's look, his look, which is very close to it's very similar. It's very similar to what you would see in the comics. They didn't go full on Speedo. It's almost more like Speedo trunks. Yeah. You can kind of see here.
I think that's really the only problem that I actually had with the trailer was just we got OG in his Fruit of the Looms Namor. I'm just so used to seeing that extra long V-neck Namor with pants on.
Well, but you know what? It makes sense, though. It makes sense.
It does.
It
absolutely does.
Yeah, because that's something I always thought was kind of stupid about Aquaman, is that you live underwater. Why are you wearing clothes? Why are you, wearing full clothes? I feel like that would be uncomfortable. It makes more sense for Namor to not be wearing particularly very much, if anything, which he got to wear something, but, I do like what they're doing. I also appreciate the fact that when we see a lot of the characters, the Atlantean characters, you see they're wearing breathers. You can see it in this scene where everyone's wearing a breather but him. And I'm pretty sure that's also going to play a huge part here, going back to, here, you see Namor and Atuma, as well as the Atlanteans, or the Talokans behind them, wearing breathers. It makes sense. And it kind of makes me see why, in going back to this shot right here,
oh, God,
how some of them are, kind of, how they're kind of kneeling around him. While this is very granted something else altogether, but it's probably why they kind of, why they're kind of revering him to a degree, because he's someone who can literally live not just, underwater, but he can also live, on land as well. That's why they're, revering him in the way, that they are.
Ernie?
Yes?
Guess who's Bizak?
Oh, who back? Who is up, Lord? Man, look back from vacation and everything. Well,
You know what? I wish we had I wish there was a way. Anytime Jonathan Motor just popped up, that fucking Sephiroth theme just came on.
Oh my god!
When I saw Guess Who's Back, I don't know why. That's the first thing that popped into my head.
Was that
just that Sephiroth song? Oh god!
Oh my god! One Winged Angel. Let's go. Here, let's do this because I don't want to lose these two. Let's work our way down. We got
Yes.
Elite X1 with $2 super chat says Doom dabbling in Stark tech and magic since the snap. I mean, I'd be for it.
I don't think he would though, because it's Stark tech and it's not his.
I think what he would do is he would just be making his own tech that would rival it. Like, I feel like he would be making his own tech that would rival it. But dabbling in magic and tech, I think that's something we need, that because that's something we've never seen on film for Doom. It's always been something else that has explained why he has the powers. Like the cosmic radiation was why he had the powers he had in the first series, and then going to that other dimension, that was why he got his powers. In Fan 4 Stick, I feel like can he just be the guy who's just really smart, is really good with technology, same as Stark, but also he can put that extra seasoning on it by sprinkling in magic. I feel like that is the Doom I want to see actually committed to celluloid. Also, we got Talali House with the $2 super chat says, hope the movie doesn't create a black versus brown thing. I don't think that is what they're going for, largely because everyone else is blue.
No, I think it's just.
But I get what you mean.
It's another case of representation, man. That's why if a lot of you soy boys, which is a word I've never used before, and I'll probably never use that again, but for all you dickheads that are so upset that women are more prominent this go around. If you, and I don't even consider this a sacrifice, but if you have to sacrifice more women being around in the Marvel Universe, but with that comes more people of color, so it's not just the Mayonnaise Coalition running around here, especially because of my recommended this week, especially because I just finished watching that. But if we're getting more people of color in there as well, that's a fair. I think I'll happily take that.
Yeah. Well, also, here's the other thing I want people to think about as well. Something Jessica Alba said the other day is that the MCU is still incredibly white. It's still incredibly white. Even with all these things happening. There's more women, but at the same time, it's still incredibly white. Very much a jar of Hellman's. Hellman's mayonnaise. But I don't think it's going to be, like, okay, if anything, I don't think it's going to create a black versus brown thing, because at the end of the day, the one person who actually will, and I did see, this also brings me to the other super chat here, someone was going to bring up as well. Actually, I kind of loosely brought it up at the beginning of this topic, was LJ Brown said with the 5 pounds is, Blerd Carter's Juicy Trifling Titans posted Discord showing that the not Atlanteans only go blue on the surface. Yes. Because if you actually look at some of the shots that we see here, here's one right here. Bam. If you look in this shot right here that I'm pulling up, neither character in this scene is blue. Underwater, they are normal skin texture, or skin tone, I mean. When they are underwater, they are not blue. It's only when they go to the surface that they become their skin turns to that blue shade. And I'm here for it. I think it's a cool touch. I think it's a really cool touch. Also, Chris Debo with the $5 super chat says, common sense, the ultimate superhero. I mean, I wish more people had it, though. We also got Roger Gage Clouden with the Blerd Club Gold. Oh, man, thank you for that.
Can I say this real quick? Just because I see this comment, and this is just, this is Chef's Kiss.
Okay.
From Worthy IZ. How they mad that T'Challa's sister, mom, girlfriend, and advisor are holding down the fort while he's gone?
Exactly.
Boy. Woo.
Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is.
People.
Yeah.
Sense,
No, exactly. But no, I like I said, it's I get it. get it. I get it. You don't like seeing women. It makes you uncomfortable. It makes you feel things. But here's the thing. Don't nobody in here need to be complaining about a woman because you all came from a woman. Wouldn't be for a woman. Wouldn't none of y'all be here to complain about a woman. So can we just let it go?
It's just like, dude, any other time men are looking for those women that are riding. You know, they right there.
Yeah.
They in the trunk, they in the trenches with you. Like, what are we talking about here, dude?
Right.
What are we talking about? But anyway, you got another $2 super chat from Talali House trying to give us the correct pronunciation of the token. That's the first thing.
That's the actual Aztec.
Okay.
That's the actual Aztec. What they're calling them in the MCU is Talokan. They're not actually using it. The not Atlanteans in this movie, they are if I'm not as well versed. I'm not as well versed in Aztec culture and lore. But yes, the Tlalocan or the Tlalocan, that is an actual thing. What they're calling them in the MCU is Talokan. It's close, but they're not calling them the exact thing, largely out of respect. But no, I totally get it.
I don't think we're being intentionally obtuse about why they're criticizing the removal of T'Challa.
Huh? What? Anyway, moving on. Anyway, Jonathan Bowden with $100 super chat. Guess who's back? Looking forward to the Atlanteans, but considering the Aquaman confusion of the general audiences, I understand why they want to change it a bit to make it different. I'm just glad to see Latinos in roles like this one and am for it. Now, here's the thing. And I get why some are upset. No one wants to be the bad guy, but here's the thing. You're only the bad guy if you look at things in absolutes. I'm pretty sure what I said in the video I did breaking down the trailer, my reaction to the trailer, I'm pretty sure I'm spot on. I think that the Talokans are they're probably, some stuff goes down. The Atlanteans, or not the Atlanteans, but the Talokans, Wakandans, probably aren't that far apart from one another. In terms of space, and it's even kind of stated in Endgame. They talk about the earthquakes off the coast of Wakanda. They probably share a space, and while it may be the first time they're interacting with one another, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that Atuma don't like them Negroes upstairs. he don't like them darkies upstairs. He said I wish them Negroes in Wakanda would just go somewhere. That's probably what he's thinking. And he wants a war. That's honestly what the story kind of seemed like to me, just from just looking at the trailer. Even though they didn't even show Atuma very much in it. And I'm pretty sure that he doesn't like the fact, and I'm pretty sure he's manipulating things behind the scenes to trick Namor into trying to lead the Talokans into going to war with Wakanda. And then somewhere in the middle, they'll probably figure out what's really going on, and Namor will be less of a bad guy, as will the Talokans be less bad guys. That's just my take on it. But, no, I'm here for it. I think it's cool. And I think everyone deserves representation. I think everyone deserves a chance to sip from the river of representation. There's room for everybody to, kneel down and take a sip. We've got America Chavez, representing out there. We're now going to have Namor out there representing. And the not Atlanteans as a whole. I think it's great. And I feel like, Give me more. Give me more. Is how I feel about that. But man, welcome back, pimp. Welcome back. Glad to have you back. Just coming in hot. But yes. Okay, yeah. With Josh Super Chat, House said the Tlaloc is Tlaloc is the Aztec rain god. Thank you. But yeah, I think it makes sense. A lot of it makes sense.
Now people gonna take what you said. See, there's gonna be some black and brown going on. See, he just said Negroes. Those blue people don't want them Negroes up there. See, people gonna take your word. You flip it this.
You look, and you know what they can do. You know what they can do. You know what they can do. They can kiss my ass. That's what they can do. They can kiss. Quote that. Quote that. We also got Romy Forever with the 1999 super chat. Says, greetings, Blerd and Carter. Long live Blerd Koa. I'm hearing people want to boycott Wakanda forever because T'Challa hasn't been recast yet. Have you guys heard about Oh yeah, we've been talking about it a lot. It's been happening. Yeah. To the point, it's ad nauseum. I'm at a point where I'm tired of it. I'm sick of hearing about it because it's like this. Ain't nobody got money on this. No one has money involved in this. You can make all the change.org articles. You can make, you can raise all the millions of dollars, whatever. And at the end of the day, that mouse is going to do what that mouse wants to do. They will look at that and say, like, I'm sure they've said it. What was it? I think the thing has reached over how many millions of signatures on change.org. And here, actually, you know what? Because I don't like to speak in ignorance. Here. Let's pull up the. I'm pulling up the change.org as we speak. Matter of fact, I already have it right here in front of me.
Don't take this the wrong way. What I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
But you will go out and out to explain reasonings, right? Just so people can get a general idea of how you feel about a certain thing. I'm not that. That's why this works. So I'm just going to be very quick to the point. They're not recasting him. Shuri was Black Panther in the comics, so they're following that. Just deal with it.
Yes, exactly.
That's basically it. They're not going to do what you want them to do, no matter how many times you scream and shout online. But that's your right to do because you have a voice and you have every right to have that voice and throw your voice out there and have your opinion. But the bottom line is, this is what they're doing. Take it or leave it.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Well, and my thing is, here is, okay, actually was wrong. It hasn't reached millions of signatures. It's only reached 61,000 signatures. But here's my thing with this. And I even appreciate that even in their whatever, the petition, they state that the recast T'Challa hashtag is not calling for an immediate recast and is not calling for or preventing anyone else from taking up the mantle of Black Panther. It's meant to not use as a plot device for their storytelling. And allowing him to continue to be the character to be portrayed. But here's the thing. It don't matter. They're going to do whatever they want. It's their money. They have skin in the game on this. We don't. I mean, we might feel like we do because we watch these things, but it's not our place to determine. I say this. If you want to have your Black Panther headcanon to exist for everyone, then create it yourself. There you go.
I'm just saying, like,
make your own Black Panther.
I'm just saying, you
can call him Cole Tiger, just like we was originally supposed to be called.
No, he didn't. That sounds so gross. But you can have your opinion. You can feel the way you feel about it.
Yeah.
But they're still gonna go this way.
Yeah.
You might want it, and I understand a lot of people's reasons for why they think that he should be recast, and I've seen several reasons online of why he shouldn't. I see both people's things, but what I'm saying to all of you is they're going this way.
Yeah. Like,
it's
that's
like
cool.
Your parents going to the grocery store. You want to go to where the cookies at, they going this way. So that's where your ass is going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to stay home on Sunday, but nope, going in your ass to church for some families.
Go.
You people see what I'm saying? You just there's no point in you all losing hair over this, or if your Twitter fingers going off the deep end over this. That's how you feel. You are right to feel how you feel. They going this way.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say this too. How you gonna watch this scene right here and not have goosebumps? Angela Bassett out here acting her ass off in this shit. Dude, she acted like she acted like Ike is still hitting her with that shoe. He's shoving the cake. Look, this woman she said, I didn't have enough cake shoved in my face. I'm done. I'm the captain now. Look, but no, keeping it moving is Legion with the $9.99 says, Blerd, are you gonna see the new movie Prey, the Predator movie? If so, I heard it's really good, and as someone who is Native American descent, I am glad my culture / people is getting recognized. I actually am. Okay, so for those, I don't know if y'all know this about me. So, a bonding experience for my mother and I when I was a kid. And it's still like a movie that, we fondly watch together at times. Oddly enough, was also the movie that my daughter was born to. It literally was coming, like, as she was exiting the womb. Right as the doctor pulled her out, the movie Predator started playing. Okay. We had the TV on in the room, and it was the FX channel was on, and literally right as she came out, the Predator logo came up.
I thought you meant that's what you had playing when you know.
No, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Wow, Ernie a freak out.
No, God, no. It's not what we were doing. Honestly, I don't remember what we were doing when that happened, other than the thing we were doing. But no.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, but no, Prey. I'm looking forward to this. My mother and I. We used to watch the Predator, the OG Predator all the time together. It was one of those movies. It was so quotable, so much fun. It's a movie that I've kind of passed down to. It's become a movie that I will pass down to my daughter. That experience, and just because to me the original Predator is the quintessential action movie. It's like it's when I think of an action movie. That's what I think of. That to me is a perfect sci-fi action movie. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it for a while. I am very excited they're going with what they're going with. I know some people were upset because they thought, it's just going to be him killing Native Americans, which is not the case. There's actually white people in this movie too. And they're getting clapped as well. But I love the idea of seeing a strong Native American lead. Because here's the thing, we don't get Native American representation of Hollywood the way that we should. We just don't. Period. And I feel like we are leaving representation on the table. But this is something that goes a long way to fix that. It's kind of the reason why I actually I know some people don't like to talk about this one, but it's one of the reasons I really like the Forever Purge, because it put Latin and Native American faces forward.
Was that the last one?
That was the last one, which oddly enough has the guy who's playing Namor in it. Way to roll it back. But the guy who's playing Namor, Tenoch Huerta, he played the male lead. Mm-hmm. Well, other than there were two male leads, but he played one of them. But they also had Native Americans in a pretty prominent role in that movie. as well. And I love stuff like that. I love to see stuff like that. I'm not one of those people who, when I see other people getting representation, that I get angry. I'm not one of those types of people. I think there's enough room for all of us. But yes, I can't wait to see it. So yeah, and I think it drops this coming weekend, I believe, alongside Sandman, oddly enough. Jason Davidson with the $10 says, hey, y'all, I'm sure this could qualify as a case of him moving Wakanda the same way they did the Avengers compound to just outside of Manhattan. Huh? I don't know if I follow entirely. I don't know how to respond to that. But what I will say is this. Or maybe I meant to say Faihi. I'm gonna go with that. Maybe I meant Faihi, moving Wakanda the same way that, they did the Avengers com. I mean, yeah, if they do, I don't know how that's going to play out, whatever the case is. However, whatever it is they decide to do, I'm interested to see how it plays out, and I'm willing to let Ryan Coogler and Kevin Feige cook the meal that they have promised me, and I'm gonna wait until I partake of it to judge it.
I read that he's talking about putting like they have in Thor, where is over Oklahoma or something.
Oh, okay. I think I see what you mean.
That's how I took
it.
So
okay.
I was confused. I'm like, what you want to do? You want to move Wakanda to Brooklyn? Like, who the fuck? What? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What they could move them. A case of them moving Wakanda. We finna move Wakanda to Queens real quick. Nicki Minaj cameo. No, sir.
I'm not gonna lie, you just made me think about something. Remember, we came earlier, we're talking about folks still thinking when they see this that they think that that's Michael B. Jordan.
You gotta play that Cardi B song right on that pose.
Nah, you know what I'm gonna play? I'm gonna go Coming America on you. Coming to America. When this pop up, all I hear is, she's your queen to be. That's what I hear.
Thank you, Cody. I mean, I couldn't think of the name of, but like when they put Asgard over fucking Oklahoma, I guess
new Asgard. we
gonna have new Wakanda in Texas.
Oh Lord, So House Chill Super just says movie looks stunning, can't wait. Yeah, no, I agree, 100,000%. Tubes one with the 12 months. Yes, says if they do talk about recasting. Says John David Washington for T'Challa.
No.
He don't want it. He don't want it. He'd have left.
No. Fuck.
Dominic Coles with the Blerd silver.
Fuck.
Nah, I'm good on that. I don't want. I would rather him play somebody else. I still stick by my. Yeah, if you're gonna do it, I would rather they get somebody who actually could also. I would want someone who's even more skilled or familiar with some of the things that, I still say with Sope Dirisu from Gangs of London. I still think that's my guy. Romy Fred with the $5 said Wakanda Forever. I'm here for it. Yes. Same. Also,
Aldous Hodge can't even beat T'Challa. He over there getting sprung on by the Rock.
Right? Why they show Aldous Hodge get broke off like that in the trailer?
That's what I'm saying. Oh shit, Hawkman. Yeet.
Yeah, man. Why was he holding that dude by the scruff of his neck? Like he had done something wrong. Like he had peed on the carpet.
Why y'all do that man like that?
Dominic Coles with the $5 says expect racist comments about Latins in water and black people can't swim. Honestly, I'm shocked it hasn't happened as quickly because that was the first thing I thought about when they cast predominantly Mexican actors as the Atlanteans. I was like, I'm waiting for the slurs to come out. I'm ready for the slurs. I'm shocked they haven't yet. But I think it's too low-hanging fruit. I kind of feel like Marvel made it too low-hanging fruit that they don't want to take it because it's almost too easy. is what I'm hoping. Philip Clark with the $5 says, "What's good, fellas? Saw someone say the Black Panther's arm gauntlet looks a lot like Shuri's blaster. Can't unsee it now."
I mean, just we literally just got to finish talking about it. I mean, at this point, y'all, it's Shuri.
Let's be real. It is Shuri. It honestly, okay, and let's take the Lego stuff out of the equation. Take the Lego stuff out of the equation. You know what actually immediately confirmed it for me? This shot right here.
Okay.
Shuri sitting in the middle of the throne room at the throne after Wakanda has just been essentially drowned. And I was like, you know what? Why else would she be sitting there? Why else is she the focus of this shot? I mean, it's probably obvious, but to me, it's just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Also, can we just be real? This sister broke her damn arm playing Shuri in this movie. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that was for a reason. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But I will say this much. I will definitely say I'm here for. Look, I'm here for the new drip god.
Hashtag bring on the V-neck. Hashtag Imperious Rex.
Oh my god. Actually, if he's saying Imperious Rex at some point in the movie. Oh, no, I'm a holler. Also, can we put some, this is, we'll move on to the next thing. Can we please put some more respect on the Midnight Angels? Can we put some more respect on the Midnight Angels armor in this movie?
Man, slick head. Look at all them slick heads. You gonna do that on the head. I'm telling you, gonna make that noise on the head.
Man, look. She gonna be looking at you like that. You slap her on the top of her head like that.
That was even more confirmation because when I saw there's a quick shot of Letitia Wright. She got a slick head too. You know why you need a slick head? So that Black Panther mask come over it. Slick heads.
This man, Lord, this man, no, he didn't. Anyway, let's oh my God, let's move on. Oh my God. Oh, we also have one from Eric Morgan here with the $10 super chat. Says we have a whole Black Captain America that doesn't get half the support he deserves, especially in a more criticized space. I understand the recast of T'Challa hashtag, but let's not forget current representation as well. That's another thing too. Where is this energy for Sam Wilson, for Uncle Sam? Where's this energy? Where's this?
Oh, they just don't care, which is wild to me.
Yeah, no, that is just mind-boggling. Mind-boggling, I tell you. Mind-boggling. We got Gokhan Shuri's baby's father with $2 super chat. Says y'all hear about that Black Panther game news? Yes, I heard about it. I know about it. I wanted to wait till a little bit more information came up before we talk about it because honestly, at this point, a lot of hearsay out there. There's a lot of hearsay. A lot of mixed messages out there. But I think it is good news that it is being talked about. It's good news that it is being talked about. And then Dominic Cole with the $5 super says, do you see them introducing a new character other than Doom? Honestly, other than Doctor Doom, I kind of think we need to slow down on new big bad characters. I think we'll see Galactus eventually. I think we'll see Galactus at some point. And Nova.
You ready for the black smoke monster?
Man, look, they keep that black smoke moan can stay the fuck on up out of here, as far as I'm concerned. But let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving here because I think we kind of stayed on this one. Shang-Chi director is getting the Kang Dynasty. Carter, this is actually just more of a public service announcement, as far as I'm concerned. Because we don't have any details about the Kang Dynasty. We don't know anything about it other than obviously who it's going to focus on. And very likely, I kind of feel like this is where we're going to likely end up seeing the official Council of Kangs. More than anything else, or just a lot of Kangs in this, and maybe a huge focus on that. This will very likely be the Infinity War type, like, with the Infinity War in-game situation. We'll get Kang Dynasty first, and then we're gonna get Secret Wars as a direct tie-in to it later. But I will say this. I'm actually, for one, I'm surprised the Russos didn't come back for this. I'm shocked that the Russos did not come back for this one, because this was actually kind of in their wheelhouse. This one was pretty much directly in their wheelhouse. This was the thing that they had talked about, the whole the Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars. This was something that they were very adamant about, talking about during the press junkets for Infinity War, Endgame. When they talked about the movies they wanted to do if they came back, this was pretty much it. And they have been hard confirmed to have nothing to do with Secret Wars. Or this, obviously, for that matter. But Daniel Destin Cretton, the guy who directed Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, he's the guy that's going to be helming this. Which I think is awesome. Because, if anything, it tells me the movie is going to be beautiful. Was one thing that I really liked about Shang-Chi, was that it was a very beautiful film that paid a lot of attention to details I think other directors would not have paid attention to. But I think this is good. I think this is a solid move. It's a solid move. Carter, what do you think about that?
It's fine with me. I see. I don't really have an opinion on it because we don't know a lot about the Kang Dynasty. Mm-hmm. What we do know is Shang-Chi, and Shang-Chi was good.
Yeah.
So
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
This was more so just, all right, bet.
Yeah. Like, you basically, you double down on a good director. You double down on a good director is what you did. I'm into it. I think this guy, he has the directing chops. He can handle it. I think he handled... Honestly, I feel like he did a fantastic job with the cinematography. I think his cinematography in that movie is better than most movies that came out last year. Like, it was chef's kiss at every turn. He also made it obvious to me that you can actually make a good live-action anime adaptation with a Hollywood motion picture budget of this magnitude if you get the right person. Because, say what you will about the third act of Shang-Chi, that was a Avatar the Airbender / Dragon Ball Z. That
was a karate movie.
Yeah. I mean, well, it did. It was a martial arts film that put the art back in martial arts. But, like, yeah, if you go back and look at those fight scenes towards the end of the movie where he's fighting the Dweller in the Darkness and Wenwu, that's an anime fight scene if ever there was one. That was nothing but anime fight scenes. And some Avatar, The Last Air. Like, y'all talk about how, man, I wish they would make a good Avatar, The Last Air, but you already got it. They already made it. It's called Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. There you go. You're welcome. But yeah, it is what it is. But and we also kind of know a little bit too, not just that he's helming Kang Dynasty. I think the more curious thing is he's not helming Secret Wars. He's not tapped for Secret Wars. Currently, Secret Wars does not have a director attached to it just yet. But yeah, I don't know. That's the thing I think is going to be weird, especially since people are already kind of speculating. Even I've speculated these movies are going to be connected. I do find it weird you're not going to have the same director for both. But maybe it's a conflict of timing and scheduling. Maybe that's what it is, but I don't know. I don't know. Who would you want to direct Secret Wars? Because if the Russos aren't involved, and you're not going to have Daniel Destin Cretton coming back to helm what is considered to be a direct sequel to the Kang Dynasty, a film he's directing, who would you get? Because I feel like it would be somebody already in-house. I mean, could it be Ryan Coogler?
I don't know. That's going to be the interesting thing to see just because...
Please don't let it be Taika Waititi. I'm just going to say that right now. I don't want it to be Taika Waititi. I don't want it to be him at all.
I'll quit watching Marvel.
Not because I think he would do a bad job, but I know the movie would not be serious in any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Movie, Secret Wars, would be played entirely for laughs, which, I don't know, maybe it should be, but I don't think it would. This is the one time I'm going to put my foot down and be like, no.
It's just because the idea that people are already making in their heads of the Secret Wars movie we're going to get and how huge Secret Wars is of a thing. odd man. Who could you get for,
Right,
for that
right.
movie?
Like I said, I feel like
goodness.
it's going to be someone in-house. I feel like it's someone that's already directing for them.
Mhm.
And I think these next few movies, and even the movies before it, are going to be kind of proof positive on who that could potentially be. I think it's someone who is already working Marvel right now. It will not be someone
It's
brand
actually funny
new.
It's funny you say that because Herbert Scott, he said, "Can we give Jon Favreau another shot?"
I think so.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you were going to bring back someone who's already worked with Marvel, I couldn't think of somebody better. Jon Favreau has an attention to detail, and I'm almost shocked he doesn't do more with Marvel at this point.
Because I think by this point, I think we've gotten Iron Man 2 out of our mouth, and you have to look at all the Star Wars stuff that he's doing.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and we also got to remember, too, he didn't have as much say over Iron Man 2 as a lot of people think he did. Okay. He didn't have the cachet that he has now. And I think if he came back now and did something, I think they would let him play. I think they'd actually kind of like how Marvel let Sam Raimi play. Okay. Like they said, hey, do your thing. Like the Raimi-isms that you're known for, go ahead, cut loose. Because honestly, at that point, why would you hire a director? That would be like, and granted, I'm not saying Martin Scorsese should ever direct a Marvel film because he clearly doesn't get them, but it would be like hiring an actor of not an actor, but I mean a director of Martin Scorsese's director of Martin Scorsese's caliber to direct a movie and then not let him direct the movie he wants to direct. Like just hand-holding him the whole time. I feel like that is the way towards disaster. But that said, let's we got some super chats here. We got just another monster coming in with $5. Says H wait. Oh, I think it was supposed to say hold up. What will Namor say now? Him saying Imperious Rex makes no sense now. I feel like if he said it in a way like if they kind of like what, okay, so a lot of people don't realize this, but a lot of the language, a lot of the American Sign Language that Makari used, the Eternals, was made up by Makari for the movie. Because those words didn't exist. The names for the other Eternals didn't exist in American Sign Language. So she created them specifically for that movie. I feel like you could do the same. They do it for other movies too, where they create something specific that didn't exist before in a language that already exists. I feel like if they decided to go with I don't know if they're just going to create a brand new language for the Talokans to speak. But if they did, just create something that's a translation of that sounds similar enough that it would, if we heard it, we would be like, or say it, but maybe have it subtitled down below. I'd be fine with that too. Kind of like how we don't really, like, the Wakandan language isn't spelled out for us a lot of the time in the movie. Let it be that way. We also got Tarian Rain Reloaded with $20. Says, shout out to Wakanda Forever, Jonathan Majors, Kang, Chukwudi Awuji, High Evolutionary, Mahershala Ali, Blade, Dominic Thorne is Ironheart, and Anthony Mackie, New World Order Cap, Melanin Cinematic. That's what they gonna call it. Look at it. It's the Black CU. or wait, are we gonna call it the BBCU?
Cinematic Universe. I like that. I do like that.
We getting it. We getting it.
That's dope.
And then we also got Raja Harris with the 1999 super chat. Says, will we ever get a proper Storm? I think so. I think it's closer than people may realize. Also, Carter, speaking of, this is a perfect opportunity to bring this up. Remember, ways back, we talked about that story where the mutants. The mutants is coming. Apparently some truth has been, not truth, but that rumor has resurfaced that it actually might be closer to the truth, that the first movie depicting mutants in the Marvel Cinematic Universe will be called The Mutants. Maybe. I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence about that one, but
I sure shit hope not.
I hope it's not the case, but apparently the rumor around
great content for jokes.
Oh yeah. Oh, most certainly. We got Carlos Johnson with the 99 Super Chat. Says my last one for the day. I think Eternals will be the gateway to introduce mutants. I'll let you speak on how deviants lead to the creation of mutants in the comics. I mean, you might not be wrong there. Here's the thing: deviants in the MCU as we know them right now are very different from the deviants in the comics. Because the deviants in Eternals, they started very low end with them, that they were more like animals than anything else. And then over time, as the character Crow evolves and absorbs the DNA of the other Eternals, he becomes more like them to the point where he can speak. He has more thoughts and things. He can think out loud and rationalize things and have their powers. I could see that being a part of that like, because while Crow himself, I'm sure that he got around a lot. We didn't get to see what he was doing at all times. I'm pretty sure before he met his untimely demise in that movie, I'm pretty sure we're going to see maybe he spread that around a little bit. Or maybe deviants are just kind of perpetuating themselves over time beyond the ones that we saw in that movie. I also think you could easily tie it to the Celestials as well, but that also ties it to the deviants. Deviants are created by Celestials, so it's kind of a okay. Yeah, I think it could work. I mean, hell, they're already tying them more to them in the comics, so I mean, I say just lean into it. And it's one less thing to have to explain. But though I wouldn't go rushing to any Eternals versus X-Men shenanigans just yet. We also got Go Contrary's Baby's Father with the $5 super chat. Says, cool Shang-Chi director do or could Shang-Chi's director do Dragon Ball Evolution reboot? Man, look, I don't want nobody. First, I don't really want to see a live action Dragon Ball anything anymore now after that. But if they were going to do it, I think we know who we could get. You know what I mean? And we also got another one from him from GoCon with the $2. Says Spike Lee would name it Avengers Kangs. The Kangs. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. He probably would. Nah, keep him far the hell away from it. Though if he did do one, I wouldn't mind him, direct. I don't know if he got a Luke Cage. If they brought Spike Lee in to do something like Luke Cage or like Blue Marvel, man, that would be interesting. Or have him do something like with Misty Knight. Lord, that'd be too weird. Let's go ahead, but man, dude, honestly, we're. I was gonna say let's move on to the next topic. But I don't know if we'll get a chance to. We might not here. We'll answer these and we'll move on to the next topic. We got Metal Sonic with the $5 says, Chef is about the making of Iron Man 2. Says, Favreau left Marvel like he left the restaurant. Started his own food truck. I.e. the movie Chef, his project. I mean, the thing is, I'm not mad at Favreau.
That's one of my favorite movies from Favreau. That's what got me back into cooking again, because that movie was fire.
Oh, yeah, no, most certainly. Let's see here. GoCon with the $5 says, first 3 minutes of the movie, Spike Lee talking in Did You Know We Were Kangs since the start of the universe? No, look. Actually, now that you said that, keep Spike Lee the fuck away from this. I'll keep him the fuck away from the MCU. I don't want it. Missy Night Star, Keke Palmer, I can see it. I think she would do a really good job at it, but I think they'll I don't know if they would bring back, what was, old girl's name? Oh my god, who was, what's the show she's on? Simone Missick. I don't know if they would bring,
All Rise?
Yeah, from All Rise. I don't know if they would bring her back, because she's busy now. She's busy these days, but,
Luke Cage is busy doing that show Evil. Apparently, it's really good.
Yeah, no, I started it, and I'm feeling it. I know some people who are deep off in the church are kind of feeling some type of way about it right now, but that's okay. A hit dog will holler. But let's get to our next thing. Sandman. The Sandman. The Oneiromancer. Morpheus. Dream.
Oh God.
The man with so many names. So Carter, I think we've talked about this in the past, but people are in their feelings about Sandman. Wannabe Sandman fans, supposed Sandman fans, are in their feelings about the Sandman.
Oh no, the things I've seen about it are more so color related. Funny enough.
Oh no, gender has come up as well.
Okay.
Gender has come up as well.
Okay.
People are in their feelings. People are in their feelings because, why wouldn't they be? Because they care so much, Carter. They care so much. They care so much about a comic they've clearly never read.
Yeah.
They care so much about a comic that has... It's moved them in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly, they weren't paying attention. They weren't paying attention. And I find it hilarious because there have been so many hateful, angry, shitty, terrible, no good, damn, dirty, ugly ass takes on the internet right now. And I just can't. I can't with these people because once again, they tell on themselves. They tell on themselves with every single thing that they say about the actors, the actresses, just whoever. They tell themselves with every single thing that they bring up. Because for those who don't know, some of the people that are mad, some people are mad that the character of Desire is played by a non-binary actor. They're mad.
What?
Yeah, they're mad that Desire's play. Here's the thing. Newsflash, Carter. Did you know that in the comics, Desire is a non-binary character in the first place? They're mad. They're mad.
Why does that matter?
Exactly. Mason Alexander Park is a non-binary actor. Some of you may remember them from the Cowboy Bebop live action that was on Netflix. They played Grin. But the character of Desire is non-binary. Just straight up. Even in the comics, as originally written, they are non-binary. People are mad about that. There were people who were upset about Lulu.
Oh, you know what? Let me say this before you continue, just so everybody gets an idea. The only thing that I have read of Sandman is Sandman Overture, which was the prequel to the main series.
Yes.
That is all I have read of Sandman. That is all I know of Sandman.
That's fair.
So,
That's fair.
All right, continue.
So, Lucifer. They're mad about Lucifer. Lucifer being played by a woman. They said, oh, you gender swapped the character. Which I thought was funny.
I did see that tweet because Neil Gaiman retweeted.
He clapped back.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry to tell you this because everybody was saying, well, it clearly looks like David Bowie. Like, yeah, which is funny because you've been singing David Bowie on the show.
Exactly.
But David Bowie's dead, man.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not only that, but as to Gaiman's credit, one of the things he said was that I believe it was something to the tune of get rid of that. It was something to the tune of angels are androgynous anyway. They have no gender. So to cast a woman, or rather to cast a human to play an angel would be gender swapping as is. So there you go. People are mad about death. They're mad about death being black. Which is funny, because here's the thing about the Endless, Carter. I don't know if you know this about the Endless. So for those that don't know what I'm talking about here. So the characters that I just showed, Death, Desire, Dream, and there's others, Destiny and Despair, so on and so forth. They are entities who have no actual gender anyway. They can be whatever they want. They can be white, black, brown, blue, green, purple, periwinkle blue, whatever they want.
Yeah.
They can be male, female, both, whatever. It don't matter. They can be whatever they want. So it doesn't matter who plays them. As long as the person playing them understands the assignment. And I'm not going to play the scene here because, for one, it's long, and for two, I'm not trying to deal with copyright claims and whatnot this week. But I actually implore you, there is a scene that was released that depicts a scene from, I forget exactly which issue, it's one of the earlier issues of Sandman.
Death and the old guy?
Yes. That scene is shot for shot, damn near word for word, plucked right out of the comic. And it's one of my favorite scenes in the early Sandman books. Brought tears to my eyes because of how sweet the scene was, but also how accurately they adapted it.
Yeah. So, real quick, Chi-Town Dan saying Death was black and supernatural and it wasn't the end of the world. Why is this a problem now? Here's the thing. There were a lot of people that were pissed that Billy was Death in Supernatural. There were a lot of people that were pissed.
Oh,
because of the previous actor who had the role. But the thing is, here, now this is what I was assuming. People were so upset that Death was black, or was a black woman. I just looked at it more so as Death could be anything, and for whatever reason, this is the form she picked.
Oh, I
That's
remember
how
people.
my mind did it.
I remember people being mad that was it Dennis Haysbert was God
On Lucifer.
Lucifer. Yeah, people were mad about that. So I mean,
But
hell,
they love Morgan Freeman though.
yeah, they love Morgan Freeman. But here's the thing: I remember people getting mad at Dogma because Alanis Morissette was God. Back when that came out, people forget about that. Anytime it ain't an old white man with a with a long ass beard, they get upset. But as long as they white, they usually don't get too mad.
I never understood why people will go at the original creator of a thing, trying to check him.
Yeah, like he don't know his property.
Yeah, when the ideas came from his mind.
Oh yeah, no, I see people all the time.
I never understood that for the life of me.
Whenever Jerry Conway, the guy who co-created the Punisher, whenever he fact checks somebody, about the Punisher, people always try to say, "Oh, you don't understand the character." He's like, "I made him." He's like, "How are you gonna tell me I don't know the character I made?" It's the same with Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman created the Sandman universe. You're not gonna tell this man that he doesn't know what he's talking about. He wrote the words, for Christ's sakes.
It was like Cyberpunk 2077. It was this woman that came out with this whole story, white lady, about how certain characters were portrayed in that game, and then the original creator, who we find out was black, is just like, how are you gonna tell me how I did my stuff in my game? And I've been around the things. That's where I pulled them from to get the idea in my head for this thing. Like I said, I've just never understood people that want to come at the creator of something.
Yeah.
Like that, you got balls to do that. I've just never understood that, man.
Well, and I love it too because, and the reason why I bring all this up is because I wish more people did this. Like, one of the things I think I've famously talked about is Star Wars. How people were coming after John Boyega. Was it Rosemarie Tran? Various and sundry other actors of color in the Star Wars franchise coming after them. And Disney didn't say anything. They were just like, okay. They didn't try and protect these people. Also, this came up not too long ago with Candace Patton. Candace Patton brought this up, talking about how back in the day when she first started out on The Flash, she said nobody protected her. No one tried to come to her defense. None of her co-stars of the studio tried to defend her. Matter of fact, I think it's actually been famously documented that the actress Danielle Panabaker, who plays Caitlin Snow, aka Killer Frost, has liked tweets downing Candace Patton and criticizing her as an actress and the character she plays, and being quite racist about it, and fueling the Snowberry hashtag out there, which is basically the pairing of the Flash and Killer Frost's romantic pairing. Danielle Panabaker never tried to defend Candace Patton or say, no, that's not right, or no, she liked them. She wouldn't say anything, but she liked the tweets to fuel them, to give those people a voice. So I like the fact that Neil Gaiman, a guy who is intimately connected to this series, this franchise, because he did in fact create it. I like the fact that he's out here, and and this is even really news. I've seen him doing this for a long time. He is quick to come out and shut down people, even before the Sandman, Netflix thing was even really solidified.
He was doing that on American Gods.
Yeah, American Gods. He was constantly clapping back on folks for complaining about American Gods and things that that he was perfectly okay with. And that's the thing. I just want to put this out because, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but I feel like every time I give a white man some props, people act surprised that he's white. So let me. So just for the clarification for those that don't know, because I remember I said something about Al Ewing the other day that apparently lit Twitter on fire a little bit, and
which is funny because I have said that, and this is a conversation you and I had. I've said that to you plenty of times.
Oh yeah. And there are so many people who don't know Neil Gaiman is white. So I hope you guys know Neil Gaiman is in fact a white man. Is not just the same as how I would tell you that Al Ewing is a whole white man from the UK. He is as British as tea and crumpets. So please believe that. But yeah, I think all creators and the studios who are behind these projects need to be doing the same. You need to be protecting your people. And I'm not saying you have to give them round the clock security, but you should say something, because the absence of an opinion gives those same trolls and racists the oxygen they need just the same as if you were to say something anyway. So if you're gonna give them oxygen, you may as well use it to defend somebody. Is what I have to say about that. And that's all I'll say about that. Let's move on along. Let's pick it up with some super chats here, because they're still coming in. We got one from Dominic Coles. Says, probably dumb, but I would love to see a Shang-Chi and Black Panther team up, or Blade. I don't think that would be dumb. I don't think it would be dumb. Not at all.
You know what they could do? Because this is the best way to do that. Say those names again.
Oh, so Shang-Chi, Black Panther, Blade.
Okay. Looking at the current comics that I have recommended several times here, not the new volume, because the new volume it confuses me. That could be a Savage Avengers team.
Yeah. No, most certainly. Let's address that a little further then, Carter. Okay. So, Kevin Feige, one of the other things that came up during SDCC 2022 is that all the corners of the Marvel Cinematic Universe are starting to come together. One of the two specific corners that was brought up was street level and supernatural. Talking about how, we have, Moon Knight, we've got Doctor Strange, and, of course, and then the idea of Ryan Gosling being the MCU, because apparently Ryan Gosling expressed an interest in playing Ghost Rider, and Kevin Feige co-signed on it. But talking about how you could get all those characters together. You kind of let us know they're angling towards the Midnight Suns. Talking about how Peter Parker is entering the street level phase of his career. Talking about that, and then talking about Daredevil as well in that turn. I'm into it. I like where that's going. But you could have a Savage Avengers. Yeah, you could have it. I could easily see it being a thing. I could see Black Panther and the crew. I can see all of it.
I didn't think about that either.
Yeah. They would probably make it a series on Disney Plus and we get canceled after one season.
But, if you want to talk about some shit that will piss people off, Shuri got a whole clique.
Look, let Shuri mess around, show it with Monica Rambeau, and Luke Cage, Misty Knight, and then heaven forbid, Dr. Voodoo show up.
But I'm saying, like,
Blue
people already don't like the idea.
Oh yeah.
Of an A-Force. So
no.
Going back to that one scene in Endgame that a lot of people say was fucking cringe. But could you imagine Shang-Chi, Blade, Luke Cage, whoever, and they all answer to Letitia Wright? People would lose their minds.
Well, no, even I remember when I brought up with the success of Shang-Chi, I brought up why are we not talking about an Agents of Atlas? Getting all the Asian superheroes together. People would hate that too because they'd be like, "Oh man, it's bullshit, man. Why are the Asian characters getting all the representation?"
I disagree with you there. I don't think they would get upset.
They already have.
I think they would be confused about why it's not a karate movie.
Wait, why?
See, you didn't know I was going that way. See, you thought you were getting ready for an argument. You didn't know I was going that way. They'd be mad about both. They first off, they'd be mad that they're not talking with what are subtitles?
Wait, where the subs at? Where the subtitles? Also, they'd be mad because no one ate at Ichiraku ramen. But anyway, or no, there won't be any anime titties. That would be the other problem. There are not enough titties. Not enough underage anime titties for him. Anyway, Jinsoku 440 with the $5 says, "Gotta watch the stream from the beginning. Keep up the good work, Blerd." Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for that. Much love.
Here, people. I'm sitting right here. Y'all gonna put some respect on me, goddammit.
Look, hey.
This is a two-man thing right now. This is not early Blerd came with just him, and then it was somebody else who didn't know what they were talking about, and that was me. Okay, this is season 3, and season 3 is the best season. Y'all gonna put some respect on me, goddammit.
Hey, I'm just saying. RJ Fellhand with the $5 says, "Danielle Panabaker, player hater of the decade. Too cowardly to say anything directly, but quick to like a tweet then say it didn't mean anything." No, definitely. And here's the other thing too. I know everybody loves Katie Lotz, who's a White Canary. Okay. She on that fuck boy shit too, or that fuck girl shit too, because she was also quietly supporting Danielle Panabaker in that.
It pisses me off when I hear that too, because it's like, dude, I like Danielle Panabaker on Sky High. She's a whole cunt. That's messed up, man.
No, she's terrible.
That's messed up.
Nubian Allen with the $4.99 says, "I think Spike Lee could do a good Wise Son movie." Probably.
Okay, I'll say this. Because somebody else brought up him doing a Blue Marvel movie. In this day and age, Blue Marvel movie, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Because of a friend of mine, our buddy Bishop, he's been watching Rob's newest Blue Marvel video, something like The Legend of Blue Marvel, the old stories.
Mm-hmm.
A period piece like the initial Blue Marvel book from Spike Lee, I'd watch that.
Yeah, no, I would too.
I absolutely think that Spike Lee could do something like that, but not Captain America and the Mighty Avengers Blue Marvel, not the Ultimates Blue Marvel. No, period piece Blue Marvel, yeah, or like a Isaiah Bradley series.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see Spike Lee doing that for sure.
But yeah, seeing him doing something like what Al Ewing's doing right now with the Defenders. No, not at all. Not at all. Here, let's get to our final topic here. This is Good Place actor. He's one to play a superhero, y'all, and it's not the one. It's not the one I think a lot of people were expecting. I know a lot of people. I've seen people bring his name up. And the actor that I'm talking about, just for Claro's sake, is a guy who I honestly like. I'm more of a recent convert. I'm more of a recent convert to The Good Place, but William Jackson Harper, who played Chidi on The Good Place, like I said, I'm more of a recent convert. I never realized that I had actually seen him in other stuff up to this point. I remember I realized recently that he was the brother in Midsommar. I had completely forgotten that. But
I'm not mad at you. I try my best to forget that fucking movie.
Man, but I love it so much. But no, he after doing some press tour stuff, doing interviews with comicbook.com, someone asked him, who would he want to play? Who would he want to play in a movie? And I was shocked and amazed at the name that came out his mouth. For those who don't know, back in the 90s, or more specifically, back when he was coming up, because I want to say he's about roughly the same age as you and I. He's in this, or similar age bracket as you and I. Oh, actually, he's about a couple of years older than me. He's 42. But he was talking about how, like, when he was coming up as a kid in middle school, there was one comic character and one comic character only he feels like should be on the big or small screen today. That is not, and it is a personal favorite of mine, and that is the character Shadowhawk. That is the character I never thought I'd ever see an actor of any caliber say, hey, that's the guy that I want to play in a Hollywood motion picture production. Shadowhawk. Never thought I'd live to see it, Carter. Never thought I'd live to see someone say it. But no, he came out recently in an interview talking about, he said it was, he talked about Shadowhawk saying it was dark as hell. And I really, really enjoyed it. Look, I'm down to get involved with any of those things, but it's like, that's up to those people making those decisions. It's certainly not the internet. But yeah, I think Shadowhawk would probably be the one that I'm really into.
Nerd Large hit you with the, he used to with the Jaimin Hansu. Who? Shadow who?
No, Shadow...
Silver Wolverine? Was that picture you just posted, Silver?
Nah, see, here's why I like Shadowhawk. Because he did shit like this.
God. Fatality. Jeez.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Shadowhawk was breaking backs. So basically, if you can't tell what's happening here, his arm isn't going through the guy, no. So he has these titanium steel boots and armbands and elbow pads. And basically what he's doing is he's elbowing the dude in his spine to break it.
Oh, I thought he went through him, or that was a mean wedgie. Jeez.
No, so basically what Shadowhawk would do is he crippled his enemies. So like whenever he went against like your more common criminals, that's basically what he would do. He would break their legs, sever their spines. For those that don't remember, Shadowhawk used to be kind of out here in front and center in old school Image Comics back in the day. You see him right here. He's hanging out with Bad Rock and Supreme and Savage Dragon, Die Hard, so forth. Yeah, exactly. You see Witchblade back there in the background, so on and so forth. But he was a guy that basically, and I have a whole video breaking down the character, so I honestly think you'd be better served by just, going and watching that. But basically, Shadowhawk was a guy who, he was a superhero who didn't follow the same rules as a lot of other, superheroes that you would see back then. Like, the guy was a normal dude. He didn't have superpowers. But he often crossed over with a lot of characters. Like you see here, he's about to put paws on Chapel from Youngblood and Spawn. He was the type of guy who, when he hit the scene, you knew it was about to hit the fan, because he was the type of guy that he wouldn't, literally no superpowers whatsoever, but was real quick to jump off the roof of a building. This dude would jump off the roof of a building. He ain't got no superhuman agility, acrobatics, or nothing like that. Dude would jump head first off a building because he didn't care. The guy had legitimately no superpowers, but what drove him was he was a man who was also kind of like Daredevil was an attorney. I think he was a DA or something like that. But he was working a case, got too close to it, and the mobsters that he had pissed off, they had kidnapped him and injected him with a dirty, which is his origin's kind of problematic nowadays. But they injected him with a dirty needle that basically had HIV in it. And basically, since he realized this was back when HIV was a death sentence, it's like we got Magic Johnson right now. Magic Johnson walking around owned 80 million Starbuckses. It used to be the poster child for AIDS, and now HIV and AIDS isn't as much of a death sentence as it was for, especially if you're getting treatment for it. But this was back during a time when that wasn't the thing. That wasn't a thing. It was a highly stigmatized thing, and instead of doing nothing, he decided to be a superhero instead and beat the fuck up out of criminals. Is ultimately what he did. But the guy used to go toe to toe with a lot of folks. Dude went toe to toe with Spawn, Savage Dragon, and while he didn't always win, I mean, he made the motherfuckers put some respect on his name. So I mean, you take that how you wanna. But yeah, like, this is actually one of my favorite shots right here. Shadowhawk, literally head first, falling down just down the street. He just going straight down. This man he had grappling hooks, of course, but like, I mean, yeah, this dude didn't care. Dude did not care. He was awesome. So yeah, for those if you're not familiar with I would forgive you if you weren't. But yeah, no, original Shadowhawk did eventually die. The AIDS did catch up with him. He did eventually catch it. He eventually caught it. But I
don't mean to laugh. It's just the way you say it.
But I mean, it's true. It did catch up with him. It did. He did eventually get the AIDS. Like, what was it, the Family Guy skit? Not HIV, but full-blown AIDS. And they even made it a part of his character where, like, he started getting weaker to where, like, he was hardly able to wear the suit that he wears. But I mean, he still caught Hawk Shadow in the end. For those who know, Hawk Shadow was a racist white man who thought that Shadowhawk was a white man himself killing black people. And honestly, dude, the book is so ahead of its time, because a story like that now, people be running down the street saying, "Oh, it's woke! It's woke!" A story about a white man seeing a superhero beating up criminals, assuming that he's only killing the black ones, and going out and killing black people himself, and who he considers race traitors. Yeah, you did that today, dude, people would lose it. People would lose it. But yeah, that was actually one of the things. It was yeah, because what was it? Yeah, right here. This was actually one of the let me see if I actually find it, because it's a part where he goes after somebody, and he ends up killing, like, it was like there was an interracial couple, which is actually kind of funny to me, because Milestone homaged this in the Milestone Returns one-shot, the dude comes down, he beats up the criminals, but he also beats up the black guy who's with the white woman who's being accosted, and then the white woman's all like, "Oh, but that's my boyfriend. Why are you beating up my boyfriend?" And then dude's like, "Oh, well, that really is too bad, my dear, for you." And then he turns around and claps her too, because he thinks she's a race traitor. Like I said, it was edgelord as fuck, but honestly, it was one of those things. It was one of those comics that, like, it spoke to me. But and once again, this isn't saying that. This isn't saying they're making a Shadowhawk movie of any sort. They're not. But if they were to make one, or if that actor were to want to play somebody, that's who they would want to play. And I thought that was really cool. Let's go ahead and move it on over to call him the Crippler. I mean, not wrong. I think there's an issue of Shadowhawk where he literally threw somebody off the roof of a building, and their back smacked one of them dumpsters that's usually in an alleyway. And he just left that dude laying on the ground, he's like, whatever. But yeah, let's get back to our super chats here. We got with the $2 super chat, Dominic Cole says, "How would you feel about a prototype movie?" Talking about the adaptation of the video game series. Yeah, I wouldn't want it either.
No, because
I wouldn't want it either.
The stories for the games weren't good, because you had the first game you played with Alex Mercer, and
that's such an edgelord name, by the way.
Well, it looked like that story was gonna go somewhere, and then you get to the sequel where he's just an out-and-out villain, and now you got to play with his brother to go kill him. Now, the one thing I'll say about Prototype 2 was the initial trailer that came out for it with that Johnny Cash song, Hurt. That was a fire trailer.
Yeah.
But that's the best thing about Prototype 2, because it feels like there should have been a middle game before you played with that with the new guy in Prototype 2 to see why Alex Mercer went evil and just went nuts, because you all needed a sequel to come out. But no,
honestly, I'll tell you why it didn't bother me as much is because the things you do in that game, you kind of aren't that good of a person either.
Oh no, you're not. That was the whole thing. That was the whole thing about the first one, that you could do whatever. But what I'm saying is, in the first game, you did whatever the fuck you wanted. In the second game, they turned him into a mustache twirling villain when he wasn't that in the first one. He was just.
I think honestly that was more commentary on how people played the game. Like, I think that was more commentary. That's how I took it, because I don't know a single person who played that game trying to be altruistic.
No one did. I just didn't like the fact that they just turned him into like a schmarmy, out and out they turned him into a cartoon villain.
Oh yeah, no, most certainly. Jonathan Mode with $100 says Shadowhawk was awesome, but that Shadowhawk 3 #1 pullover, yes, that's actually one of my favorites. When he showed his identity, yes, and I've showed it before, and like I said, I talk about it in the video I made for it. But yeah, that was one of the most raw moments I'd ever seen in a comic up to that point. And honestly, it's sad to me that Shadowhawk hasn't been revived in some way. At Image, they've kind of tried to, and like they passed the mantle of Shadowhawk on to other characters. It didn't work for me quite the same, but I kind of feel like it did the same thing that they did with Spawn when they switched Spawn from being Al Simmons to being that actual white guy that he used to turn into back when he tried to turn back to normal in the early comics. It didn't hit. So just kind of like, all right, that's cool. Well, let me know when Al's back.
Yeah.
And then eventually they brought Al back. But yeah, it is what it is. But no, I 1,000% agree. That's like, if you haven't seen it, that is one of the most powerful, like, and this actually takes place within that same comic where I showed the scene where Hawk Shadow is about to kill that white woman for dating a black guy. That entire story arc, honestly, if it came out today, if someone found that comic today, if you didn't tell them that it came out back in the 90s, they would swear it down it was just woke SJW garbage from today. No, people were doing that shit back in the 90s. So, That's always so. It's kind of when people, it's like when I hear people say Star Trek is getting woke now. It's like, what Star Trek were you watching? Okay. Okay. But let's.
Oh wow, are we done?
Oh, I mean, we got to do our. Yeah, I mean, we still got to do the other
Questions,
usual. Yeah, we got it. Well.
Yes.
Oh no, Paper Girls. Paper Girls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be quick about Paper Girls because
Okay.
I can say what I want to say about it real quick. Paper Girls, which dropped on Amazon Prime early Thursday afternoon, oddly enough. Paper Girls is a very, 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 very interesting adaptation because it takes the stuff that works and kind of cuts out the chaff. A lot of the stuff that didn't work, they got rid of. For those who know, yeah, here it is right here. It's a story, for those who don't know, it's a story about 4 girls. Aaron, and in this particular shot, Aaron, KJ, Mac, and Tiffany, from left to right, who are paper girls, as you might imagine, as the title would tell you. They legit ride their bikes around town delivering newspapers. And it just so happens that this particular night that they're delivering papers is what they call Hell Day. It's the day after Halloween, and you know, people are pretty much acting a fool. Toilet papering everything, and people, the older kids that are still out. After all the trick-or-treating is done, they're out raising hell, and and they typically mess with the paper girls. So these girls who typically wouldn't be hanging out with one another, they end up sticking together, but it ends up leading to some wacky shenanigans because they wind up getting caught into a weird, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey time travel mess. For want of a better way to put it. I don't really even like saying a whole heap of a lot about what goes on here because, truth be told, the less you know, the better off you are. But just know that the timey-wimey shenanigans that go down, they end up getting sent into the future. The trailer pretty much gives that away, so I'll ride with that. They end up going to the future, and it ends up leading to some pretty weird instances. They end up learning things about what happens to them after that day, how they grow up, and not only that, there is an organization that is traveling backwards in time trying to police what they're doing. You can kind of think of them as the TVA, only not as nice. But the show definitely took some of the more problematic aspects of the comic. And I say problematic, there's mostly stuff like chiefly with the character Mac, depicted right here. Mac is tuned down a little bit. Mac is a character who, in the comics, comes off as kind of not just so much racist, but also homophobic, because it's how she was raised.
Okay.
But like, she actually legit drops some slurs in the comic that I wasn't comfortable with, and I'm glad they diverted from that. They have her say something else instead that's not so much a slur. But these girls are on like a journey of self-discovery, all while trying to survive this organization that is basically trying to kill them for time traveling, even though they didn't do it on purpose. And I like it. I like it a lot. They don't adapt everything perfectly. There are some things that are changed. There's an instance where Mac spends some time with her brother that you don't see in the comic. You see him in the comic, but it's not till like way later. And they spend more time with her interacting with him. There's another character named Larry who I'm pretty sure was somebody else in the comic. I might be misremembering it. Aaron's older self gets some really interesting character development that technically she got in the comic, but like I appreciate that they actually gave that actress time to tell her side of the story as well. The show is all over the place though, from what it's adapting, because it's adapting some things that happen towards the end of the comic, but it's also adapting a lot of stuff that happened at the beginning and in the middle. I can honestly tell you right now, by the time you get to the end of the first season, you will pretty much have seen the majority of some of the early to mid-game stuff of the comic. Albeit it's been remixed. It's been remixed, so if you're a huge fan of the comic, don't go into it expecting it to be 100% like the comic. They take some poetic license, which I think was necessary.
How many seasons do you see this going?
I can only see it going 2.
Okay.
I can only see it going 2. I mean, maybe a second season, I think is all. I think this show should only be 2 seasons. My personal opinion. I think because a lot of the stuff you see in the first season would take you pretty much. I think it's like 6 volumes of trade. So like, if I were to hold this book up, Paper Girls, right here. If I was to open this book up to about where they get in the season, I'd say you'd get about like, let me see, what's this right here? Let's go back a little bit. Yep, right here. You'd be about right here, like where my finger is in this book right now. So you can kind of see that doesn't like, and this thick part is the beginning. This is where the book begins. So you'd have that much left. So I think that is, I think a second season would be, if anything, all I would give them. And not because I think it's bad. I think some things don't need, not everything is the same thing. The reason I criticize One Piece, I read an interview where the creator of One Piece was talking about how, the story's finally coming to a close, or at least I'm working on the final saga. I'm like, dude, you took your sweet ass time. He was talking about how he had all this development and character development he wanted to get out, and I was like, okay. So but that's too damn long. I was like, you need to. There's something to be said for somebody who can tell a story in a concise format.
Yeah.
It respects your time.
Let me ask you this, because this is the one thing I keep seeing online. This is the one thing I keep seeing with people giving it negative reviews and things like that. Is there a real big Stranger Things vibe with this show?
No.
Because that is literally all you see plastered everywhere is Stranger Things. Even though the book came out first, Stranger Things still beat them to the punch. That's the one constant I have seen nonstop. I've never personally read the book. It surprised me when you told me, because you and I were playing something, and then you said, Lord, Paper Girls came out a day early. And it completely caught me off guard when you said it was every episode. Because I know they normally do the weekly thing. So, like, is this a one-off, or how many are we getting? So, a lot of things surprised me. But how did you feel about the whole Stranger Things aspect?
I mean, I get it, because when I first started reading Paper Girls, that's what it reminded me of. But only in the sense that it's a story focused around kids. It's not the same type of story. There's not Demogorgons chasing the kids around. There's not some random girl with telepathic powers hanging out with them. These girls are doing everything under their own power. The only thing it shares in common with Stranger Things is that the cast is primarily kids. The principal cast is primarily kids. I don't really see, and there's no alternate dimension like the Upside Down or anything like that. Honestly, I think that Paper Girls is a tighter narrative, because they don't drag, like, the show doesn't drag anything out. Like, there's some subplots that they're working on right now in the show that they're getting too quickly. Like, there's a subplot between KJ and Mac that they got through quickly. The subplot with Tiffany and meeting her future self, they're getting through it very quickly. The subplot between Aaron meeting her older self, got through it quickly. They're not just wasting time like Stranger Things is wont to do. And I love Stranger Things as much as the next person, but it is a show that suffers from the same formula that most Netflix shows suffer from. And is that they try too hard to justify their existence by adding in stuff that's unnecessary. There are parts, like, as much as I love the recent volume of the recent season 4 of Stranger Things, there's some stuff I would have cut. The whole subplot with Will and the
pothead dude, so
yeah, the pothead dude, yeah, and all that shit. Honestly, if that shit wasn't in the show, I wouldn't have missed it. Because I felt like that kind of dragged everything down. There were too many plates spinning, and that was the time I was usually getting up and going to the bathroom. While it was cute, there were some parts of it that were real cute. Also, I didn't like the whole Will having, clearly having feelings for was it Mike? Okay. But then, like, trying to play the will they or won't they? It's like, dude, clearly they're not, because he's clearly into 11. I was like, can we just not do that? Like, you're queer baiting at this point.
Yeah.
And it's shameful. You're trying to give these folks hope that this is going to happen, and we know good and hell well y'all ain't going to pull the trigger on it. But there's none of that in this. Any queer baiting that comes up is banked on. 100%. Because it's banked on in the comics. But I like it. I like the show a lot. There are a couple of moments where some of the acting comes off a little weird. But what I had to realize is that that's how kids talk. That's how kids talk to each other. We always like to think that we were so smart and intelligent sounding when we were kids. We're not. We weren't. That wasn't a thing. Even if you did speak intelligently, you probably said dumb shit. So yeah, there were a couple of moments where some of the acting, I was like, oh man, man, that line could have been delivered better. But then I had to think about it, I was like, yeah, that's actually how 12-year-olds talk. So, okay, never mind. 12 and 13-year-olds, that's what they sound like. I forgot. I always have to remember what my stepson sounded like at that age. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. They were so cringe. Ugh, used to hate hearing them speak. Like, man, can you just not say what you just said? Can we just pretend you didn't talk? Because, man, I'm starting to lose respect for you. But no, great show. I highly recommend it. If you're a fan of the comic, there's a lot to love. If you're not a fan of the comic or you've never read it, still, I think there's a lot to love. But don't go into it expecting Stranger Things or trying to compare it to Stranger Things, because honestly, it's a fool's errand. It's a fool's errand every time. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see here. But yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and move on. Yeah, Carter, do you have a recommended for this week?
Yes, I watched it last night. I did not realize it was on HBO Max, actually. So I had only heard about it like a few days ago. Milestone Generations. It's a documentary about Milestone Media from the start up until now. It's narrated by Method Man. You get interviews with a lot of the people, with the top dogs. You even get some stuff from Dwayne McDuffie in this documentary.
Yeah, they have some old archival footage that they bring up.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Really, really good documentary about Milestone, and it really shows you. And I mean, shit, I put it on Twitter just to see what they had to go through just to give us some kind of voice when it comes to comics-based media. It was really commendable. And to be quite honest with you, finishing that documentary made me not want to read DC.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Really, really made me not want to fuck with DC for a bit.
Because
literally one of the first things I thought about was everybody in the chat and everybody in the YouTube comments. Ernie, why don't you just get Carter to do DC videos, man? He could do 2 or 3 a week of just he could do the DC stuff while you stayed and you did the other things. And then watching this documentary, and I'm just like, no, I'm good.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so a lot of the information that comes up in that documentary is new to a lot of people. It was not new to me because okay, so I don't think I've ever talked about this before, or no, I think I actually shared this once before. I actually did, here in Memphis, we have a thing called Nerd Night, and Nerd Night, I presented I was a guest speaker there one night, and that's what I talked about. I talked about whatever happened to the Milestone, whatever happened to Milestone Media. I did a full PowerPoint breakdown presentation in front of an audience of people. telling them about Milestone, a lot of the stuff that they tell you in that documentary, and why Milestone fell apart, why it took so long for them to come back, everything they're telling you in that documentary, like, is why I took my sweet time watching it, because I was like, they ain't gonna tell me anything I don't already know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way that DC kind of did them was dirty as fuck.
Yeah. And I think another thing I never knew, and it makes me ask the question, like, well, why is he not doing anything with them? I never knew. Number one, I never knew Christopher Priest had a different name. That was number one.
Yeah.
And I was just like, word? Number two was, I didn't know that they went to Christopher Priest.
Yep.
Fun fact for you all, to possibly join into the Milestone stuff.
Yep.
And he said, I'm good.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now I'm wondering, like, with them being back, why you still ain't done nothing, big dog?
Oh,
you doing Black Adam. I mean, that's something, but
we know Christopher Priest is pretty outspoken about the fact that he doesn't like being pigeonholed into being the black guy who writes black stuff. Like, he's quicker. That's why he was so quick to jump on U.S. Agent, because it was not a black character. That's why he jumped on Deathstroke as quick as he did back in DC. Yeah, he doesn't. And honestly, when I heard that about him, when he even came out and admitted it, I was like, oh yeah, now I'm not surprised that he didn't get in on the ground floor of Milestone. But the thing is, what a lot of people don't know is, yeah, Milestone had an uphill battle. They had an uphill battle from the start, and yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
Yeah. I don't even want to spoil anything else.
No.
Go watch that documentary.
Yeah.
Man.
I was gonna say, yeah, go. I do highly advise, go watch it. It'll change your opinion about some things, and it is a lot of the reason why. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's not even an hour long.
Yeah, it's 53 minutes, I think, or something like that.
Yep.
It like I said, it's good. And honestly, I think if nothing else, I feel if you've never read original Milestone, I think it should inspire you to go back and read some of those old comics, because they were doing things in those comics in a time where it was highly uncharacteristic to do so. The Blood Syndicate, an entire team based around Latin superheroes. A lot of people think the Blood Syndicate is black. It's only like maybe a couple of black characters in that. Most of them are Afro-Latin, like Puerto Rican or Dominican or something like that. With there being some black characters here and there. But even Tech 9, a lot of people used to think Tech 9 was black. It's like, nah, he's Puerto Rican, pimp. It's just the way he was drawn kind of maybe threw people off. They had the first Korean American superhero, Zombie, who is now back as Duo. You had Static, which was a highly unusual comic. You had Icon, Rocket, Hardware. And they had white characters too. You had characters like Cobalt, Death Wish, so on and so forth. But yeah, man, they were doing things at it, like the way they tackled teen pregnancy in a comic with Rocket, how they handled her becoming her being pregnant, a pregnant superhero, how she had to take time off, and she ended up getting someone else to kind of fill her shoes for a little bit, and even kind of the whole idea of setting her up as being the next Icon. That Icon was basically that he was paving the way for her to become what he was, like putting her in the position to protect the Earth. Yeah. While he goes back to his home. Like, a lot of stuff like that. You didn't see stuff like that back then as often.
Yeah. I'm happy you said you brought up the teen pregnancy stuff, because there was something else that got brought up that I'd never, go watch it. What are you recommending this week?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I know. I think I know what you're talking about. Is it the Static thing? Yeah. Okay. I actually talked about that in my when I did my PowerPoint thing. Yeah. DC was dirty as hell for that too. DC was dirty. They were dirty for that too.
That tripped me out.
Yep. It was a thing. But yeah, they actually talked about that stuff and handled that stuff in ways that people didn't understand. Oh, the whole idea of blacks versus Jews, how like there's this weird issue where black people and Jewish people have this weird beef between them. That was tackled in Static, where because a lot of people don't remember that Frida, Static's girlfriend in that series, the girl he simps for most of the time, she's Jewish. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of the time, and there is something that comes up where, like, it's that whole, well, Jewish people, they do this, so they're against black people, or black people just outright hating Jews for reasons that make no sense, being very anti-Semitic towards them. That's actually tackled in that, and Frida put Static on blast. And then Static in turn has to put his family on blast, or his family has to put him on blast. It's very interesting. I think people should go back and read it, because those comics delved way deeper than people realize. But that said, let's for mine's gonna be simple. Something's killing the children. Number 25, easy money, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm not even, and honestly, I'll say this much. Without going too deep in it, because I kind of feel like this issue, you kind of just want to not know some things. What I will say is that, here, can we pull this up? Or wait, no, here we go. There. Let's put this up over here. There you go. This issue, basically what you need to know is that the House of Slaughter is bearing down on Erica, and Erica's doll is doing a lot of chit-chatting. Yeah. With the little girl that Erica's trying to protect, who witnessed her family be murdered. Mm-hmm. Kind of similar to what Erica had to go through. And it's setting up some stuff. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get ugly. And the hunter that they have sent after her is just good. Just go read it. That's all I want to say about it. I don't want to say anything else, because this is kind of one of those issues. This is an issue you can say too much about. But just know that it's all coming together. It's all coming together. James Tynion has a plan, and the plan is beautiful. Also, House of Slaughter number 7 came out, and I would recommend that as well, largely because, well, for one, it's House of Slaughter. It's more Something's Killing the Children. But also, I apparently missed a few weeks ago when number 6 came out. So there's a whole new story arc going on I had no clue about. And I was like, why are they talking about so-and-so as if... I was like, oh, damn, I missed issue 6. Had to go back and read it. So, yeah, there you go. So that's my recommended. Let's get into questions from the Discord, because, yeah, we are most certainly way over.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We'll run through these, and we'll answer a couple of questions from the chat after that, and that'll be pretty much the show. So we're going to do these. We're going to kind of lightning around these, because sometimes questions get asked that are very involved. So we're just going to keep it short and sweet. First foremost, Shadow the Cat 99 says, what do you think of the idea that we get Spider-Man 4 in Phase 6, which could lead to Spider-Man getting the symbiote in Secret Wars? Could be cool to see Toby's Peter try to tell Tom's Peter not to wear the black suit. Yeah, no, I think that would be very interesting. I think we will get something along those lines. I also do feel like... we're getting Peter down to street level, which I'm perfectly happy with. But yeah, bringing in the black suit, having that connected. I don't think they need to connect it right away, but I do want to kind of see him build up to it. I want to get at least 1 or 2 Spidey films under his belt where he's just street level. I like me a street level Spider-Man. I don't like the whole Iron Spider thing. I don't like Peter Parker trying to be the next Iron Man. I don't like that. But yeah, I definitely want to see. I definitely think that we will see that come to pass. We also got was this Delios Dollar with the Discord question says, would you like a possible remake of Sunset Riders, but more in the vein of Netflix's The Harder They Fall? I'm all for better representation of POCs and women, especially in the Wild West. I would be into that. I think we, if you wanted to do a reboot or a retelling or something like that, I think that, depicting the Wild West as it actually was with blacks and Mexicans, Native Americans, I have no issue with that, because that's what it was. That's what it was. That's what the West was. You were more likely to see, like, the types of cowboy Western movies we see, where you seeing the white man on the white horse with the gun, the pistol, the hat. He gets the girl at the end. He's shooting everybody. We're used to seeing white people in those roles. But the truth of the matter is, that was highly unlikely. You were more likely to see the white person be the bad guy if you were actually to be there physically yourself and see it. You were more likely to see the cowboy, the hero of the story, be a black person or Mexican or a woman. So I would love that. I go back and think about old movies like, Carter, you remember Posse? Remember that movie? Yeah, that was more the rule, not the exception. A lot when that movie came out, people talked about it's the exception to the rule. No, that was normal. To see a gang of black cowboys, that was normal. So yeah, no, I want that. Urban Prince Strongstyle says, "Hey, Blerd Carter, what can characters like Poison Ivy from DC do?" Oh, okay, I get it now. What could a character like Poison Ivy do if she was, in Marvel in the Krakoan era?
Run it?
Yeah, I mean, okay, here's the thing. I've talked about this in the previous video, too. The character Black Tom Cassidy, same thing.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
Same thing. Black Tom has the exact same powers as Poison Ivy. She would be able to do pretty much the same thing. She'd be able to merge with plant life, control it, whatever. Honestly, she'd be a nightmare for somebody that lived there if she could figure out a way to control it. She could turn that entire island against them, but it would be very short-lived. It would be a very short-lived fight. Jay Dizzle says, Ernie and Carter, have either of you read All the Marvels by Douglas Woke? This is a book with a dude who read 27,000 Marvel books and wrote his analysis of Marvel canon from 1961 to 2019. I appreciate his analysis of the publication history and recommend it. If you have read it, any thoughts? I have not read it.
I can look into that.
Yeah, but I would read it. I would read it, definitely. It sounds like a good read. And then K. Mitch says, any comment on the Samaritan trailer for Amazon Prime?
I don't like movies like that where it's the annoying ass kid who wants a superhero to go be a superhero again when the dude just wants to be left the fuck alone. Yeah. I don't like movies like that because I've never liked the kid in those movies.
Yeah, no, I didn't either. I did not either. So yeah, that's me pretty much in a nutshell. Like it's even a movie like Hancock. Even a movie like Hancock, I hate that. I don't like when people are just trying to be left the fuck alone. It's like, why are you bothering me? It's like, dude, go on somewhere. You see I'm out here doing stuff. Ain't that enough?
Yeah.
Damn. That's me. That's me every time. Get the fuck on. Oh, get out of here, kid. You bother me. But no, Gabriel Knight with a 1999 super chat says, thank you, Ernie and Carter, and everyone in the cave for lightening my day. It's really helped my mood. Always appreciate it. Hey, we appreciate you, Ben. No problem. As always, appreciate it. And like I said, I hope that like I said, I know it's tough out there, but I hope it only goes up from here. It is my wish, and peace of mind. I hope is received, and like I said, one day at a time. One day at a time. Let's get into. With that, we're going to go ahead and get into questions from the chat. We'll do these real quick. I'm actually going to give, because, I have the ability to give myself a timer now. So I'm going to give us 10 minutes on questions. Starting now.
All right, I see one from Philly Born 21. Any predictions for SummerSlam tonight? I thought pay-per-views were on Sundays.
They usually are, but they're doing, this one is going to be, this one's going to be tonight. Yeah, I thought it was weird too. So really the main thing that is going down tonight is, let's see, I got the card pulled up. So let's look. The Mysterios versus Judgment Day. I think it's safe to say Dominic gonna turn on Ray Ray. Logan Paul versus The Miz. Logan Paul is so desperate to be a babyface, they're probably going to let him win, most likely. Even though people are probably going to boo the shit out of him because they just don't like him as a person. And WWE has this weird hard-on with trying to make people that the crowd is clearly booing the good guy. No one wants Logan Paul as the good guy in this. He is going to get booed out of the building. The United States Championship matchup with Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley. I think Bobby Lashley ain't dropping that belt to Theory just yet. If he does, I'd be surprised. But I wouldn't want it. The Usos versus Street Profits, Part 2. That's a tough one. Because I want Street Profits to win all the time. I love the Street Profits, but I have a feeling they're gonna move Montez Ford away from that group. So I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna play out. Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. Pat McAfee, whatever. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. I do not want Becky Lynch to win that belt. Bianca better keep it. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. I don't want to see Ronda Rousey with the belt, so keep it on Liv, even though I don't even really like her as a champion. And then, last but not least, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Can we just put Brock out to pasture? I'm about sick of that man. I'm kind of sick of Roman Reigns, too, at this point, but I'm less sick of Roman Reigns. Let's see. What else we got? Drake45 says, I think the Black Panther Wakanda Forever will lead into Armor Wars. Riri equals Ironheart, Dora, the Midnight Angel armor, BP suit, Shuri, Wakanda memories, armor, becoming Techno Sorceress. What do you think? I mean, I'm positive that the Ironheart stuff will definitely kind of filter that direction. I mean, we already know that Riri's getting suit. The Funko Pop toys have spoiled that. The toys be snitching. But as far as like how it directly ties into Armor Wars, I don't know if it'll directly tie into that, but I think Ironheart will tie into Armor Wars. Most certainly. Most certainly. Let's see here. Roshan Nesbitt says, Blerd Without Fear, what's your thoughts on Henry Cavill being Reed Richards / Mr. Fantastic or Wonder Man and Taron Egerton as Captain Britain? I can see Taron Egerton as Captain Britain, though. I could actually more easily see Henry Cavill as Captain Britain. I would not want to see him as Mr. Fantastic. I'm just going to put it that way. I would rather see
Reed Richards.
Yeah, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. I mean, here's the thing. I think he could actually play the character well. It's just that I see him as, I would rather see him in other things. I think he would make a better Captain Britain or a better Sentry. That's just me. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. Let's see here. Does Shuri have a lover? Did they ever give her one? No, not really. Not specifically.
Wakanda.
Yeah, that's her love. Yeah, that's her love. Honestly, you know it is. Shuri is the kind of type of motherfucker. She's like, I'm too busy with God. I mean, technically, that's Letitia Wright in a nutshell. But the idea of Shuri's character, I think they did slick try and put her with Manifold for a minute, but then that kind of, they never really followed that up. Some of the recent stuff that was coming out, they kind of made it seem like her and Manifold had like a little bit of a thing, but I don't know if they're taking it anywhere beyond that.
Okay.
Let's see here. So that's what's up with them likes. I have questions too, man. I have questions too, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna be hateful. I'm not gonna be hateful today. I chose Jesus. I chose Jesus today. UFC 270. Oh, UFC 277 is also nice. Man, WWE is bold. They are bold tonight, putting that up against putting SummerSlam up against UFC. Nah, I'm good. Might watch UFC instead.
I'm looking at the card for that one.
Which one? Oh, talking about the UFC 277. Yeah, that card is because isn't Amanda Nunes, isn't she fighting? Yeah, she's up against
yeah, that's the main event.
Yeah, that's the main event. Yeah, Nunes getting that ass. She about to dig in that ass. Amanda Nunes about to fuck somebody up.
I want to see that Derek Lewis Sergey Pavlovich. That's gonna be blood sport.
Yeah, somebody gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised if that match ended with someone looking like someone took a battle axe to the face. Yeah, I don't know who's gonna win that one. And then was it Kai Kara France and Brandon Moreno? That's flyweight. I don't really follow flyweight like that, but man, it could be something. It could be something. I'm more interested in the Amanda Nunes and the Popovich Lewis. Those two fights I'm interested in. 100%. But nah, Amanda Nunes, yeah, she about to beat the fuck out of somebody. I can't wait to see it. Who else we got? And then I'll give us let's see here. What else we got? Oh. You think Penny gonna win? I don't know, man. I mean, she might, but man, y'all can't act like Amanda Nunes ain't out here closing these hoes down. Blerd Latveria, would you rather a Storm movie or series? I'll pick anytime I have an opportunity to see something about a character in a long form, in a more focused storytelling format, I would rather be a TV show as opposed to a movie, because movies can get stuff mixed up. You rush to tell a story, and I feel like, I think a Storm movie would be great, but I'd much rather be a series. I would much rather be a series. Let's see. Earlier, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. If I have to go back too far, they are lost. If I have to go back too far, they are lost, because I don't have the infinite chat. I do not have the infinite chat. Let's see here. I'm going back and looking to see if I can find any. But I see one. That's the one I can find. It says, of all the X comics in history, was there ever an X book heavily inspired by Top Gun? There are a few mutants who have flown jets yet carry flight and energy projectile-based powers to match jet qualities. I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. Flight-based mutants are largely the redheaded stepchildren of mutants. They don't really get focused on very much. If your name ain't Archangel, you ain't getting no storytelling. Like, all you can do is fly? Nah, I'm good. Superman can fly. Iron Man can fly with the suit on. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing special. You flying. Cool. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Cannonball. That's another one. Yeah, that is another one. Do you think there's any validity to the Fox X-Men contract situation? Possibly. Everybody has options. Lots of people have options on those contracts. So, you could technically option anybody. Yeah. Would you read a Caribbean female Ghost Rider book? Yes, I would. It'd be interesting. It would be interesting. Also, when was she going to have time to be Ghost Rider? On jobs. Probably working like 11 jobs. I'm joking, clearly. Did you know Clea's new comics costume deep cut from Earth 3? Yes, I did. No, I did not know that, actually. I did not know that. So that's actually pretty damn cool. Was it Earth X number 4? I did not realize that. That is it. How do I always sing 1999 song Always in Key? I have no idea. For those who don't know, I used to be in a band. I used to be a vocalist for a band, so I have my moments. I'm not the best singer in the world, but I know some things. This is a cool fly somewhere. That's what I would say. Carter, what you got, man? What you got going on, man? You got anything specific popping off? You got anything specific going on you want to put out there to plug? Or anything of that nature?
No, because I'm going to leave this, try to buy some tickets for a Lupe Fiasco show, and go do adult things.
Ooh. Well, you know what? I'm not going to hold you up from that. Ladies and gentlemen, sisters, brothers, others, kings, queens, cosmic beings, it is time to get the hell up out of here. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, for being awesome, for chatting, super chatting, just hanging out and listening. Having us on in the background while you work, whatever the case is, I appreciate it. You have no idea. Can keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be dropping some content coming up here pretty soon. I got a video for Sandman that's going to be coming out here very shortly. Just more of an explainer, a primer of Sandman. And depending on how well that does, maybe we might do more. I have more I could do, maybe. But we'll cross that bridge. We'll burn that bridge once we cross it. But in the meantime, for Earth's Mightiest, for Blerd Koa, for Carter Presents.
We just got a $10 super chat. Just
man, okay. Man, right on the outro. Okay, I'll answer it real quick. It's the homie, so I'll answer it real quick. Says, personally, I wouldn't have a villain for Fantastic Four. I'd have them solve a really big problem. Someone stole the ultimate nullifier, fucked around, and now the universe is being erased, and Reed has to stop it. I'd be perfectly fine with that, too. I do feel like villains help solidify a movie. You kind of have to have a focus you have to have some kind of an antagonist of some sort, but it doesn't have to be, some major villain or anything like that. I feel like if it's, if it just goes missing, or just weird, you can even say later, oh, this is why it went missing, and then people go, oh my god. But yeah, I wouldn't be against that at all. With that said, though, for Carter Presents, I'm Blerd Without Fear, and Hogan, you can go to hell.
Bye!